Cheers, my friend. Okay, everybody. Here we go. Welcome to Training Without Conflict podcast number 18th. And this time, I have the privilege to talk to Jany Böhm. For anybody that does IGP, I don't think he needs any introduction. I don't know where that conversation is going to go, but yeah, I have so many questions. I need to hear a lot of stories that I've been thinking about. Jany was here for, how long we were here for?
More than 1 month.
Almost a month, yeah?
Yeah.
Somehow we convinced him to come and stay a month here. He brought his dog. We did some amazing training. We had some great times, and of course, I couldn't let him go home without doing a podcast with me. So this is a really good one. Jany, for the people that don't know of you as much, how did you end up in the sport?
Well, I have to first say that this is my first podcast in my life.
Super.
That's
cheers to that.
Yes, cheers to that. I like it.
Cheers
I
to
already
that.
like it. I don't know what to say. I'm doing IGP sport, like dog sport, more than 20 years right now. It's been like 20 years more and over. And yeah, well, I'm a helper, I'm trainer. I do like, I train my dogs. I'm competing with my dogs. I do helper work, trainings, workshops around the world. I don't know what to say.
So let's go there. So I guess the two things that come to mind for people that really know you is you've done at least 2 or 3 world championships helper work. How many?
Oh yeah, well, it was more
than that, right?
Yeah, I think I started 2012. That was my first one. It was Schnauzers World Championship.
Okay.
Yeah, there I did like this technique part, the first part. Then I did like 2015.
You did a Dutch Shepherds
Dutch
too,
Shepherds,
right?
Dutch Shepherds. That was on long attacks. Then I did
FMBB, FCI.
2015 and 2019, both long attacks. And then FCI 2022.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah.
For that long of period of time.
It is.
And 2023 FMBB Romania, you're one of the pre-selected helpers.
Nominated, yeah.
Which is,
it's amazing.
Speaks for itself.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you, like right now, it's gotta be a little bit tricky for you when you know that you're pre-selected, but you don't know for sure that you will get the part.
Yeah.
So when would you start? I mean, I don't know, did you start thinking about this already or not yet?
Well, it's a big theme.
Right?
I don't know if I have to say like a huge story about that or like a short one.
I think everybody wants to listen.
Well, as a general
we have
about
time.
this, selection about helpers, okay? Just my opinion. I do that like since 2010. I'm like an international helper, so since that time, I am nominated for competition, okay? And in Czech Republic, for example, we have the system that all the competition, all schedule for whole year. Okay?
Right.
Whole thing, you know exactly which part you're gonna do. You can prepare yourself. But for me, it's optimal and
that's
should be
the
like
best way, right?
Yes. On FMBB, on FCI, doesn't matter. Everywhere, simply, it's like how to say it nicely and gently. I will say like myself. It's so dramatic around.
Mm-hmm.
It's so big, big comedy around. And I don't know. I have no reason. I don't see one reason why. In my opinion, it should be like on beginning, coming a date, the guys will choose the helpers like at least half year before. You can gonna prepare,
right,
you get ready.
Right.
It's like you know.
Just like you would prepare for any other sport.
Yes,
like
exactly.
You need that time to mentally and physically
I was playing like some, 8 years or almost 10 years ice hockey. And it's like I was on the, inoffensive on like a center. And then I'm coming to another competition and they just say, hey, you are the goalman, okay?
Yes.
Or you go just to defensive. Just today, and you don't know, right? So it's your position, you need to know. So this is one thing, it should be changed a little bit and just make it easier, and also people can know. I don't think it's problem.
Yeah, I don't think it's difficult to do that. They probably not thinking about it, but as far as the helpers and getting ready, I think it's a good thing to do.
So in one hand, is of course I'm so honored to be there. I really love that, and it's so great because it's not in Czech Republic, it's in different country. They ask me to come.
Yes,
it's my honor, of course. But you know, in those countries like Romania, doesn't matter. It will be Romania, it will be Italy. That guys, they give everything for organization. They invited you, so number one for me is just not thinking about they will not draft me, they will not get me. So you know, so I'm just 100% sure they will take me. Okay, I'm just positive mind thinking like this. I never think like they will not take me. If that happen, okay, I will have great time with the people around, and I will just warm the bench and.
Yeah, I don't see that either. I don't see that either. So when you did your first one, was it the giant Schnauzers?
Yes.
Your first big one?
Yes, that was 2012. It was in October. I had a birthday that day.
Oh wow!
It was amazing. Whole stadion. Okay, Czech Republic, small stadion, not like here. Just make big applause to me. They gave me this kind of cake, and it's so funny because there was like women's boobs, it was so nice. I remember.
Wow.
But the second nice thing was there, like actually a little bit crazy thing. It was snowing. So when I did the technique part.
Oh, so you did the first half?
Yes, I was first half, right? First half, how you say, yeah. It was snow. Basically, it was 4 days, I remember, and 2 or 3 of those days was just snow on the field. That was.
And Schnauzers are big dogs,
and they weigh the same weight as me almost.
It's a different animal.
Yeah.
What was your impression at the time? Do you remember?
Yeah.
I think they. What do you think about them?
I think
that's about 10 years ago. Are they still good enough?
I think they are. I think honestly, I think they are really better and better.
Yes.
In my opinion, one of these breeds like almost a highest. Really, they're so good. They have, in my opinion, so similar mentality like in Mali. They are very temperament, very good body, compact, athletic.
Yes.
I like them. They're
yes,
fun.
They are definitely. If you think about, that's my opinion of the next breed after Shepherd and Malinois.
Yeah.
At the moment, probably they are the ones that really.
Mostly about how many,
Yeah, yeah.
For sure. But I was there with Josef Kubec. It's the guy. He was now also with me on FCI, right? Like a sparring partner. He was in technique part, and I do remember a great time of that. It was best organization, and this kind of guy who is his name doesn't matter, but that guy who organized that, he is one of best organizer in Czech Republic, in my opinion. And already in that time he was great. So that was all how it should be. Unfortunately, there was snow, but they did it. They managed that.
So when you started helper work, were you more interested in the training part or the competition part?
Yeah. Cool question. Very good question. I think I never got this question. Because immediately I got the point, like, I'm teaching now one guy. He's 21 and he's already international helper. As I did in 20, he was second guy in Czech Republic who got in the same age. I'm just shortly talking about him because he exactly came to me that he wants to be international helper. All right? But when I was small guy, I was saying I want to be coach. I want to be trainer.
Okay.
And that's the difference. He thought, okay, I'll be international helper, I'll be the superstar. But in my opinion, 99% in my head happen all the time is like coach, trainer, So it means training.
Yes.
That competition is just bonus, you know.
Right. Some trainers, like talking about myself even, when I'm a training helper, it's a hard one to switch and not help the dog when you know that you can.
Yeah.
But stay on the program and do your competition helper work. Do you sometimes find yourself like just without even thinking that maybe you help sometimes that you shouldn't, or you really can separate the two?
Yeah, from time to time, I think it's since like first competition, I take it very seriously. You know, there is like kind
so
of...
you just kind of change your mind,
like
and it's like
switch,
different thing.
I don't know you there, you know.
Right.
We have training, we have great time. I don't know you now.
Right.
It's many times happen. For example, I've been in that first half in the blind, and after recall, you can watch everywhere, but you have to be focused what that guy say, react, okay? And it's kind of, people don't see, but it's kind of moment like, imagine you are in the...
Oh, yes.
You recall your dog, and I'm staying there, and you wanna... I always wanna so laugh inside.
Yes.
But from outside, I'm like a fucking stone.
Yes.
No, that is like a poker face. But inside, I'm like, please say, help her out. Help her get out, please.
Let's go. Let's get out of this.
And very often, the handlers just laugh to you. They just smile on you.
Right. Of course they do. Yes.
You know, it's so... how you can be then serious? It's like I want to come and say, hey, let's give him bite.
Right.
It was nice barking. Yeah. Or side transports. In these cases, I would say there I need to be like a super focus. But otherwise, the 90% of the work, like where I met the dog, I don't know you. It's no difficult for me.
Ultimately, it is the best combination to be able to do both. I think when you are on the competition field as a competition helper, you can prepare a dog for that.
Yeah.
But then there is the other side. If you're only competition helper, but you don't really have success as a training helper, sometimes it's not easy to prepare a dog. You can be very good in the competition, but to prepare the dog for competition, I'm just thinking helper work, you know?
Yeah, that's you know how is it. To prepare the dog, it's like one side. Because exactly, I will again say this guy, I call him Sadly, right? We in this conversation we'll call him Sadly. That's my sparring partner, my friend, my young sparring partner and brother from Czech Republic. Sadly, he is all, you know, because you do that very long time, you just forget the things like how young people thinking.
Right.
It. And he is exactly saying, I met the female, she's 3 years old. You know, this woman trained with you in the past 1 year. And I'm saying until 1 year, you almost done the dog. You give him the most important foundation and basics, right? So he just met her and she talked to him like, who is your teacher? Who is your coach? Oh, that's Jany. And then it comes like this feedback from her to him. Yeah, today, you know, I'm competing, but somebody needed to teach her. Somebody needs to teach the dogs. So in my opinion, in the world, like around the world, is a lot of trainers or trainers, helpers especially, which one do these pictures like program. They can do escape, some kind of pressure, doesn't matter which style, but they don't know how to prepare the dog. Okay? It's just in row. It's just in row, it go around.
Yeah.
There is no training. Somebody need to teach them. I always say, somebody need to teach them. And I prefer that.
So when we're talking about teaching helpers, what is how is it in Czech Republic? What do you guys have like the Malinois Club or the German Shepherd are probably different, but do you have any program or everything goes private like?
I really wish that, you know, everywhere is kind of program for the helpers. We don't have.
You don't?
There is at least I don't know about that. But the thing why like Czech Republic, in my opinion, has like a lot of helpers, a lot of trainers, is that this sport IGP is very big there and very traditional.
Yes, and for some reason you continue to somehow attract the younger people, which is a problem in almost every other country.
Yeah. Let's open that time then, this kind of thing, what you say now. Let's think about that. I would just, finish this, I think it's traditional, so young guys see older ones, sometimes it's family, sometimes it's just like accidentally you meet somebody and you like it. You know how it goes with this sport.
The dog world.
But there is not really
a structured program.
No, nothing. I don't really know. There was like a school. Today it's perfect that you have a lot of social media, you have YouTubes, everything you can see. You can check a lot of, on videos. I do remember like that 20 years ago, it was different, and you for sure know.
Yes.
It was not that easy. Today is much easier to mimic anyone or just watch him and
Yeah, you really at that time you really needed to find who to learn from. Even that was challenging.
Yeah. I do remember like yesterday that I was going to the bus. I was just 14, 15 when I started, and I just drive, the 60, 70 kilometers to another city, and they're watching this superstars or trainers, and everything I learned just like from watch. Then I come back, I try. I see and try to get the point, why and what, That was basically how.
I know with like in the States we do have, at least the German Shepherd clubs, they have a program for helpers. The Malinois club tried at one point, it didn't take off, it didn't work. And I don't know, our focus is probably a little bit more on the trial helper than the training helpers, like to try to select our own competition helpers. But again, we are just talking about it at the moment. There is always the good and the bad in those, like I always look at something when it becomes so structured and we have one person or two people teaching everybody how to do correct helper work. And then you look at these 20 kids, young guys, different size, different shape, different everything, but they all trying to look like the same person.
Yeah.
And then it misses the personality, like your flavor of trying to, do something, put something, give something from you in the work, instead of always thinking of 5 steps, stick heads, 3 heads. Now we don't even have stick heads, but this very, very structured thing.
Yeah.
And I sometimes I wish that when there is a program, they allow and encourage the helpers to have their own personality in the work. Yeah. How do you feel?
Yeah, the courage is number one.
Right.
That's the basic. I mean, especially in catching dogs and long attack, that's courage is. Yeah, that's you don't have to catch dogs when you have no courage of that. But I know what you mean. I got the point. I think you focus for trials helpers. I will be focused for training helpers. Doesn't matter. It can be both, right?
Yes.
It can be both. But this is like big tema for me, because let's open it like, you see, guys, today, I was here 1 month. And I have seen baseball, I have seen ice hockey play live, I have seen Super Bowl in this American football.
I know, we got a lot of things.
That was crazy, and I just love it. That 99% here is different than in my country, I knew, and I expect that already. But this kind of game, listen, it's not only about like how they play and how looks like the picture of the game. It's about like how they promote that.
It's the build-up.
Everything is just super huge. There is stars. Everybody like it. It's why this is not in dog sport. Why it is? I'll tell you why. Because there is not the right promotion about it. There is not right promotion. Look at me. I'm just, I'm from village. I'm from poor family. No, we have never like be super rich or something. And just because of hard work, training, and the will and spirit, I became, they invited me to USA.
Yes.
And I'm in Florida with Balabanov today. And I'm just 33. What's gonna happen? Okay,
Yes.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows the story. How was it? But that this guy, LeBron James, scores like 80 and 800 and more points, everybody knows. You know what I mean?
Yes.
There needs to be kind of news, kind of promotion about like what is happening right now. Ivan Balabanov is
and
going
some statistics.
FMBB, yes,
Some
statistics,
Hall of Fame.
numbers, Hall of Fame, all this thing. Look at UFC. Just bring it from UFC to us.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Have some commentators. I will tell you one really bad thing, and I feel good to say, because just to motivate people, organizers especially. I have all the time respect to everyone who do something, okay? But I have to say, I am very much like, I'm super patriot.
Mm-hmm.
I will never
Yes.
ever be team leader for any other country, even I train them. Okay? I will be always loyal to Czech Republic. It's my home country, and I will be. And it's like FCI in Czech Republic, guys, my colleagues, my sparring partners, all the helpers, they, people who organize that, the commentators and all, make a schedule what they should talk about on beginning, on the ceremony. You know what I mean? What I'm talking? And they introduce you this mayor of the city and what fucking ever.
Yes,
guys
a lot of random people that
they don't
we
even know
don't-
the point. Nobody care of that in
Right.
the end, right?
True.
It's good to say the names, but thank you.
True.
It's okay. The people who have to talk are on the field, and they didn't even introduce our names. Man, I don't take it personal. It's just shame. It's so big
Yeah,
shame.
it's
Okay, it's your country. You work for that. I mean, it's honor.
we can
but-
use that. We can use that to inspire and that can make the sport for sure much more
Yeah. But
interesting.
if you don't even do that, well, man, you know how I have a dream in my head. It's just happening, and I swear the guy will do my best to bring it to reality. Like UFC guys entering the
the
octagon.
octagon, yeah.
Go in.
It's like
Walking, okay? The walking inside. Man, why don't do this in IGP?
yes, and it can be very easy. It can be very easily done.
Okay, the
because
first part have that guy, and well, welcome him, guys. Make applause for that guy. It's
Yes,
show. It
yes.
needs to be show. Simply
Yes.
make show.
and it allows when you present
Yeah.
a competitor and you give just a little bit of interesting information, it makes it more interesting
Exactly.
to watch, and
Exactly.
this can happen. I don't think it's hard. You know how it can happen? They can have let's say, now it's too late for Romania, or probably, but anytime there is a world championship, they can say, okay, well, the 5 or 6 people from the country, they submit some little resume
Yeah.
from themselves
Yeah.
to the team captain. The team captain presents it.
Yeah.
And then there is really, okay, well, there is this person coming in. It's like, yeah, it's my first world championship. That's just as big as
Exactly.
being your 20th world championship,
yo,
you know? It
yo.
makes it so more
I love it.
personal and interesting, and everybody is in it that way.
But isn't it in your eyes that think why is it exactly not like, you need to motivate the people.
Probably
especially
nobody
young
thinks.
people, and it's like, let's give them motivation. Jany was now in USA. It's, of course, it's a business. It's my job. I do that for living.
Right.
And that guys earn the money, that guys don't earn the money. Why and what? It should be on. It should be on.
Yes.
People just hide everything, don't talk about it. I feel not bad to say that. And the bonus is where it is happening even. So motivate that young 14, 15 young guy. Hey, do you want to be helper like him? Come on. How he can know it, right? How? There is many guys who can be like this. And about my story, I was playing ice hockey, right? And I thought like, okay, ice hockey will be my future. But well, it costs a lot of money. And I stayed just with my mom and, that was difficult for her, okay, to pay all the trainings. I had the chance to go like, kind of different countries and make some kind of, how do you say this?
Connections,
camp. Yes, and future, but it cost a lot of money. That time was like a destiny. I'm saying it was just a destiny. We were running with the team, jogging, some condition cardio, and I've seen the training on the village where I born and where I live in that time. And next Sunday I was not in the training jogging, I was on the club. and that's happened.
What started first? I mean, it has to be the dog training. That's normally how it starts, right? So you first got into the dog training and then the helper work was next, or how did it go?
It was so cool. I've been in that time really like a 13, okay?
Wow.
Very green 13.
Wow.
And I have seen two guys did helper work and there was like a circle and around was like 10 or 12 dogs. And I just feel so adrenaline to see that. Dogs bark and they just bite.
They just want to, right?
No one of the friends of that boys was looking there. I went, wow, what's, And next Sunday, I'm saying, I was coming there, watching beside of the fans, and they, these guys coming to me and what do you want? And I say, I want to be that guy. I say, what do you mean? I say, how you call him? I say, that's a figurant, yeah?
Yes.
Right? That's our figurant. I say, okay, I want to be that guy. I want to be figurant. Really? And they were just laughing. It was in that time so much police guys. And they don't give a shit. I weighed like 50 kilos and it was very small. But
I'm sure they appreciated it too.
I've been there, man, like 4 or 5 times regularly. Every Sundays, And then, of course, trainer from ice hockey call home and like, hey, Jany is not here. What's going on? He just skip it or what? Yeah, well, 3 years I did together those sports. Then I decided also money, everything. But I feel they're much better, I think I was there like that. Okay, anyway, 4 or 5 times. Then they let me enter, gave me, some kind of jacket, which one is like, how you say, like, you don't feel the pain when the dog is coming.
Yeah,
okay,
you have a lot of,
big one, and that's it. And first contact was just dog with a muscle, police dog, and they just hide me somewhere in the room and then let me be. I was coming home and it's like, it was so funny.
Right.
I like it. And I can tell you that maybe after half year or something, they started to show me and teach me, okay, this is sleeve, right? And I do remember one sentence from the guy. He said about the turning, catching. Because it was not so modern still in that time. And I remember I was always like, boom, boom, like, good morning.
Just take it.
And then he came to me and said, I like you are not afraid. But listen, do you like if you 20 times go to the wall and you just smash your head there? I say, no. So turn that female, please. Turn that female, please. And I say, how? Just when she turn her. I was 15, 14. I don't even know now. But that was the thing. It stays in my head. Yeah, man. Save that. Okay? And that was my beginning.
That's probably a very smart approach of teaching to just tell you this instead of starting to tell you, move your left foot here and do the right hand, and then that makes your brain think too much, and then your body cannot do nothing,
sense,
right?
Common sense, exactly. But it was so good, and I think it's, man, in my head now is happening a million things. That is like monkeys, and I want to tell you so much, but
we have the time.
One of the things, but I have to put it down because I don't remember everything. Then I just forget. But like about this, 2 years I was just going without dog, And then I ask, for the German Shepherd without pedigree, and it starts. But I was there 2 years as without dog. I was exactly that. I feel I want to be that guy. And this is funny story. Let me finish that. Ice hockey, 7 years old, competition. My mom sit there. That's the truly story. I always, laugh when my mom described it. She's much better talker about this. And she's saying like this, okay, Jany was playing. I don't see no problem. It was nice. She's always saying, I didn't see any problem. In the end, the coach was going to her like, hey, mom, okay, that your guy, your boy, you need to explain him that we are team. He cannot play by himself. And she, what do you mean? He play good? Or yes, but he's taking the puck of all of them. And she, but they are like the competitors, so he has to do that, all right? And he said, yes, but he's taking the puck from the own players, from his own team. He cannot do that. And she says, all right, I understand. She was going home and trying to explain me this story. I was like, well, who said that? And she like, oh, that's your trainer. You said that, And I said, okay, why I have to like respect him because he's the main thing, man. He's just the boss.
Right.
He is your mentor, leader, everything. I say, okay. Then I want to be the trainer. I want to be the coach. And that's it. That's it. Later, I get impressed to the dog sport. I mean, like a handler. Later. First, second year, it was just like helper work, training. I see like they talking and then there's adrenaline, and that was my passion. But later, I figure out I like also the dog, and today it's like 50-50.
So okay. Then you started first with the helper work. Yeah. See, there is so many paths, so many ways to get in.
Yeah.
And that is
that
cool.
was so spontaneous, but today, I really wish, and I mean, I'm 33, but I don't know really how and what's gonna happen, but I swear to God, I will do my best for promotion that. Like, not myself, I don't have nothing to prove. I mean, I will always prove myself, I will never stop, but I wanna promote like this sport. My like person, where I am, I mean, what I concrete, what I have done. I have done, and I want to give the motivation to young guys. They can do it too.
It's crazy when you say young guys and you're just 33.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like you already have done so much as a helper and so much as a handler, as a trainer. Like you have, I mean, you gotta tell me. I don't wanna kind of butcher all you were second at the FCI. You won at least twice the Czech championship.
Yeah.
You've been quite a few times second place.
Yeah.
And in all three phases, really, really cool training.
Yeah.
It's not like a,
Can you say it again?
I know, right?
It sounds so good when he's saying that.
It's the, I mean, you go to working dog and you see who is who.
Yeah, honestly, it sounds very nice and very cool, but I take it all still very humble. In the end, it's just 2 days ago.
We play the game. That's what it is.
I mean, I always so interesting to the journey,
right?
To the preparation, and in the end, maybe it sounds bad, but it's just a peak of the cake that you win or something.
Yes.
Okay, and then it's like, okay, that's all. Ciao. Let's go another session, right?
That's the nature of the beast.
Yeah, it's so fantastic, but I don't live from this. It's not like my power. That's not the power. It's not the reason, really. There is so many more things which one you have to watch in competition, and it's, for example, friendship, okay?
Right.
We are from all the world, and we meet. Tell me one sport, okay, when this is happening. People are living, we play ice hockey, they're living in Pittsburgh, from Czech Republic, they live there all the time, and they competing there. Have you think about it? anytime. It's just, in my opinion, once, okay, when it's World Championship and you're like individualist, it's happening in golf or somewhere, but this is like, I think our sport is a lot of like a family. We are very close, you know.
It should be. I don't know if we are that close all the time.
Of course, not everybody,
you know,
but yeah.
but it's the if we are put in the same place and we train a little bit, I think we all can find some interesting common ground.
Yeah.
But then there is the times where it's like, okay, no, you like you and I see things very different, and we just cannot. I mean, I respect what you do, but we are so different that we cannot. And it's still interesting. The sport is amazing. Like I did, you know, just like this month here, you know, watching you train, watching him train, watching me train.
You are definitely right that it's not
sharing.
between everybody,
You know?
Of course, but I mean this is everywhere.
But it's in the big picture, we are all for the same goal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it should be like
That's
that.
what it is.
It should be like
That's
that.
what we're trying.
But the important is like, what's the goal? Okay? It's like going to there just to win the World Championship and bring the title. Of course, everybody wish that. That is the part of the
you
game.
have to.
But in my opinion, I am saying on myself, I go there, enjoy the time. It's a jackpot. I be there. Okay?
Yeah, it's already
Yeah.
a big deal.
I would say my point and goal is to win Czech Championship. I want to be Czech champion and go to, or at least in this top 5, you know how it goes, the
Yes.
selection. But then in World Championship, it's all about lucky, many factors
Yes.
around. And only the fact for me is I became here. I meet Ivan, I meet people from there. I can watch my, students, people which I prepare, enjoy time with them, and then, by the way, compete. And put there, of course, all the serious, I mean, don't get me bad, but that I competing is just like a holiday. It's for me like fine, super time. It's not about like, now I need to go and win. And if this is happening in your mind and then it's not happening on the field, you get upset. You destroy a whole thing.
So do you feel that something changes the more you compete, or you're still feeling similar about this?
But what do you mean? Like what?
Like how you said, like you go into the competition,
Yeah.
and you feel already that you're happy that you accomplished just the fact that you're there already. It's a good thing.
All right.
But
I
like
got it.
with every time you do more,
I got you. Yeah, I understand.
does it play games with your mind, or you still can
That's a
keep that
super
spirit?
question. You have a lot of super questions. I like it. I actually really like it because it's so spontaneous. I get not prepared for that, and I have to say that for me, I'm the kind of person which one always need to be looking forward for something. So today and tomorrow I'm flying home, and I'm looking forward that next week I go somewhere. Okay,
Yeah.
For example.
Yeah.
So in competition, I'm coming there, and when I just enter and I see that knowing faces, which one I know,
Yes.
I'm happy. I'm just at home.
It's
I'm
home.
fine.
It's home.
Yes, I'm coming back, and actually I'm always so nervous, like exciting to meet everybody, So
you're more positive than pressure in the
there is
competition.
no, man, sorry
That's
to say,
perfect.
but there is no pressure.
That's perfect.
I'm just exciting. I'm excited. I remember my first World Championship with my old dog Forny, 2016, France. And I was before obedience. I have like headset, and I have their music. But do you think that is like Enya singing? No, man, that is like fucking party. That is rock and roll. And I'm just like, boxer, I'm ready. Go, let me enter, please. Let me get in. And it's just a whole my life.
That's funny That was France. That's I don't know what year was it, because I'm so bad with
60.
years.
60.
But this was the time when I kind of, like we all follow each other. We all pay attention. This is the cool part, that we as competitors, we pay attention and we know. And the people that come to watch us, they don't know that. And that's back to that conversation that they should know, because it's so much more interesting.
Nobody around know.
Yes. So I will tell you a funny one. The first time I met you, like in person, like close, I already knew, because I follow. I like to follow and to know.
That's great.
We were parked at one point, like maybe 3 or 4 cars apart. And we were both getting ready. I don't think we were in the same place, but we were both getting ready. And, I'm doing my thing, you're doing your thing, and just kind of went like this. Didn't say anything, but it was this cool, like, acknowledgement,
Yeah. I think it was that France.
It was France. No, I know it was France.
16.
Yeah, we were really like.
Was it like a
2, 3
trekking
cars.
maybe? Trekking?
No, it was at the stadium.
Okay, beside of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you had some, man, and I'm not good with, like, me, I
Yeah,
don't
but-
remember shit. But I think you had some kind of red car or something, was it? Or no?
Black.
Black.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I don't know. But I know where it was,
Somebody
Yeah.
stayed. Doesn't matter. All right.
But this is where it can be so interesting for the people that are entering the sport to know more.
What did you think in that moment?
Oh, I was
will
like,
say
okay.
also what I think. But
I was just, okay, there is Jany. And I followed, here and there.
And
And
it's
I'm
6
like,
years.
this
it's 6 years.
is most definitely a competition.
Cool.
And it's the best thing.
Man,
it's like, there we go.
This is so cool. I cannot even believe, because I was first time somewhere. Look at that legend. He's saying, I recognize you. Thank
Yeah.
you for that, man. I really, that's a little shock. But I do remember that too, of course. I don't remember cars, anything. I was just saying, okay, that's that man who dressed this. I don't know how we call it in English.
Yeah,
The guy who is taking the towel on the head.
the bandana.
Bandana. And that's the Ivan Balabanov. Of course I knew, and yeah. And this is the thing, what we talk about. I am so happy be beside of somebody like you on the field. Even we don't go together, but we competing. We are on the one row. We are just on one business, one game.
Yes.
There.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. You that age, I am this age, and we can meet. This is a celebration. This is fucking festival. Okay? So that's what I'm
It's a
talking
good
about.
way to look at it. Very good way to look at it. You know what I was thinking of do you get nervous, like which one, or do you really feel the same way when you go and do a big championship as a helper, or you enter a big championship as the trainer?
Kind of. I think like at all, who is saying he's not nervous, he's lying.
Right.
Oh, everybody are nervous, but at least what I think about me, I have kind of like exciting nervous. I don't know how to describe it in English, I'm more like looking forward. I mean, I'm
Right.
exciting. Let me go there, and my nickname is waiting. So if I need to wait so long, I get more and more and more. It's upgrade. So the shorter waiting, the better is then the result. Okay, but of course there is kind of nervosity, and but same moment I would say again the same tema will open. If you enter the field many times before, the more times you enter, so kind of promotion, like introduce you, let me introduce this guy, he's in long attack, let me tell you something, you feel much better. But if you all the time outside, even the selection you do outside, and then you coming there, it's so much pressure. And the more serious you take it, the more pressure is coming. So I would say you don't have to take it, you know, again, don't get me bad, but you don't have to take it that seriously, but you have to take it seriously.
Right.
If you take it too much,
then you're
nothing
stiff. Then
extreme,
you're then you're not performing the way you should.
You just fuck that, you know. Then it's like whole thing away, and all what you have been working 1 year or many years before is just out. So in my opinion, nothing has to be extreme, but of course, I am nervous and exciting in the same moment. That's it.
Looking at from a side, I would guess that being the helper in a competition makes it a little bit more, puts a little more pressure, because when you compete, it's you and your dog, and you fuck up, it's you and your dog still.
Yeah.
But when you're the helper, the figurant, you're responsible for somebody else's work that they have put for so long. And you have to do now your part for them, right?
Yeah, that's a responsibility, man. That's the biggest responsibility. In this case, I will very calmly say that there I take it really serious, because, man, I have been competing, I would say just example, right? 2017 Rhine, Germany. With me, my sparring for obedience was a guy from England, Great Britain, actually, and with Rottweiler. And just, you know, to meet him before, I was going to him and say, hello, we go together. I like it.
Perfect.
I do it every time, okay? People think like what he told you, you know, does it some tricky or... No, I'm just, hey, nice to meet you, I'm Jany, I go together. And in the end, after a little conversation, I was asking him, do you want to be on my left side when we go to the judge, or right side?
Yes.
I can help you.
Very
you know?
cool.
And he, man, you choose, please. My goal is to not fuck up your obedience. I'm already happy that I have a chance. I mean, I have a chance to be on this World Championship.
Cool.
This is saying the guy with 5 years old Rottweiler, listen, then you train, then you go to competition, it takes many years, and you are the helper. Do you fucking think that I will smash that guy like a helper?
Right.
And this is another big tema again, but you have to think like, it's you know, my dog now, he's like my kid, he's like my soulmate. I don't take him like a thing. And if I send him in Longat again, then it's coming somebody who will want to prove himself and show that he is the biggest guy in the world. I will fucking kill him. Okay? That's not game, and that's not fun. So you need to take it like you prepare your dog whole life. It's your friend. And they are entering the field just because of the honor. So in the end, I'm taking this really seriously. All for dogs, and therefore dogs and competitors. Who else around doesn't matter for me.
When you do the back half, how do you watch the first part? What kind of mental, what's going in your head? Because that's important.
Well, of course I'm concentrate for that dog, because I mean, in the barking, in the blind, you meet the dog, you recognize the dog, you see how is it, okay? And of course in guarding and all these things around, but I'm usually very concentrate how the dog is targeting the escape, how his will to make that grip is going, okay? You know, you got me, what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that I see the stabs, how he count, because in escape you can see a lot. You can see how he technically go to the angle, you can read the legs, so I'm mainly really looking escape. Then the re-attack, also important, but not that much, and pressure, it's basically like, I can only see if the dog has problem or something.
Yeah.
But the main thing is like how the dog is walking, basically all before grip. I am watching, okay? How the dog is like a personality. And of course, after grip. That he's chewing, okay, I know now he's chewing, I have to be, that. But I'm very much concentrated for first half. I am checking almost everything. You see, back transport, react, of course, the attack, how is fast, if the dog is that fast or just a medium or like slowly, if he's targeting or thinking. Of course, I'm also in the same moment studying like that guy who is in that first part, because we are like, at least this is very traditional in Czech. We communicate together, okay? So, well, when he go out from the first part and I go there, I want to be concentrated. So he maybe sometimes come and tell me something important, but 90% we don't talk each other. And after we go to the changing room, and there we have like a time and we ask each other, how do you see that? Okay? So I'm also looking on him and he's looking on me.
Yes.
Because nobody around have that same picture, which one is honest.
Become the total picture of that situation.
Yeah. So I'm very much looking the first part, very much.
Is it easier to catch a dog that you don't know, or a dog that you, let's say a dog that you've trained quite a bit, versus a dog that you don't know and you see him in the first half and you catch, or you're catching a dog that you know?
Man,
which one do you think?
I don't know.
Do you try to even think about that?
I don't know how is it as a general for guys, but for me, right, it's better to catch dogs I have ever seen, which I don't know. Because of course, about catching, number one, you want to be good catcher is don't think, don't predict, don't think about that before. Man, it's so hard. If you train 3-4 years the dog, fuck man, you know him like your dog.
Yes.
It's so hard in that moment, be clear, white, and just line. Oh, sorry, one line.
Yes.
It's so hard. So I'm saying it's better like there is coming the guy. They even can talk about him. Hi man, that guy, that dog will smash you. You'll be on the ground. I bet $20, That's even better. I don't care. It's nice to meet you first time. But when you train the dog, and especially when it's your dog, even you can. And another thing, what did you say? Of course, you are like years helper, and the dog compete like 4 years, so you can meet the same dog.
Yes. Yes.
And that's even worse.
Yes.
You meet the same dog, like after 3 months. And before somebody catch him and you see just boom. And then you are like, all right. Yeah. I would say one little funny story, or how maybe it's interesting or not, you will see, but 2012 there was a dog, Junkers Delf of Bohemia, from the guy Jiří Čejka. And
he was a helper too, no? Or no?
Yeah, he is still. He was never international helper, but he is still active helper. And yeah, of course. He's from this, how do you say, HST company. The son of the owner.
Yeah, I know now.
Yes. And I mean, Junkers was he was like a celebrity.
Famous dog.
Am I right?
Yeah. Famous dog.
He basically kicked all of the dogs on the ground. And that time, 2012, I was catching CMC, like Czech Malinois Club Championship. How do you say, back half?
Yeah, the back half.
Long attacks.
Front half, back half.
Okay. And I remember today that I was staying beside of the blind, prepare myself. Of course, I knew before. I never catch him in that distance and like that.
Yes.
Like, okay. And I just heard like in my ears, like, I bet $30 that he go on the ground. I bet 20 that he stand. And people were crazy.
Of course.
People were just crazy. It was fantastic dog, unbelievable speed. And I stand in that moment. I catch him clearly, beautiful left elbow side. And it was one of the best experience in my life. And I do remember that, how the applause was not because it was just nice. The applause was with heart.
Everything came together
Yeah.
that moment.
I do remember in that time, like, somebody said, like, fuck, he really stand, man. He really stand with him. So this is kind of just experience how you can be emotional in the same moment. And of course, I was so happy that I didn't hurt him and everything goes like in the plan. Yeah.
That's always a concern, right? Like
Yeah.
when you're,
Yeah.
especially on the back half. But sometimes it can happen, and there is always some unhappy people.
Yeah, I mean,
That-
we all
I
try.
think it's the nature of the sport, and sometimes it's the whole pressure of the competition and everything, and you try to blame everything else, but not your training. And
Yeah.
if you have a like, do you like to have the judge kind of dictate everything, or you like more freedom in your work? Where do you
I really,
go?
I really prefer the freedom.
Freedom.
I like he say, okay, you go that pressure time, this line, this way. We tact each other, we respect each other,
Yeah.
and if some problem, I stop you. That's all. Okay, I don't like this kind of stop, showing the re-attack. Man, let me do my
It
thing.
takes everything out of you, right?
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same. Like, I don't agree with this selection, and you know, I this is another thing I will change, because do you have a headset when you play ice hockey? Somebody is coaching you from that bench and saying like, "Hey, go left, right." Come on, man. You must be concentrated for the dog. Judge has enough space to judge the guard, judge the re-attack, because we have a 5 second, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's say important is to have a same second, not 1, 3, 5. Okay.
Right.
But this you can communicate and from time to time to change it. But I don't like that. I don't like it at all. And this is not to disrespect the judge. This is about I cannot be myself. And especially, how do you want to re-attack the dog when you basically watch the judge? There is not communication. It's
Right.
completely
It's broken.
unnatural.
It's broken.
Yes. You watch somebody and he show you and he like, re-attack. Come on, man. It's a comedy.
Yes.
I hate it, honestly.
I don't know sometimes why they do it. Is it as a judge to kind of, okay, I'm the judge and I orchestrate everything?
Yeah.
Or do they do it because they feel that the helper is not capable to do? But in both situations, I always prefer
Yeah.
to have the freedom,
Yeah.
because it's just so broken up otherwise.
And it's a really good question. What did you say? Is it because of that, or what's the basically reason? Actually, okay, in my personal, I would say I have no reason. Okay,
Right.
but
Right.
we cannot take it that easy, like I'm saying. And I will be maybe ugly, but I would say sometimes this man, from my experience, that the judge,
the ego of the judge,
he just need to be that boss, man.
right?
Sorry to say, but sometimes I'm mad at guys. I don't know really why, because he has his job, I have my job. We have to be cooperate together. Do you want me to be my helper when I am like ego against to you? You understand?
Yes.
Do you want to be my helper in that place? Do you want to be cooperate with me when I am telling you you will do fucking what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on, man.
Right.
I hate you in first moment, huh? And then how it should be, how it could be, how goes that competition then? And we are the basic.
It's
of
very
all what
different
happened.
if it's like a club trial and a new helper. At these times, probably the helper actually feels more secure that they help you a little bit.
Yeah.
But at some point, you have to allow that freedom to the helper to do.
Yeah.
You have to let it be.
Let me do my thing. I also don't go and it's like, hey, how much you gave him on escape? And he's saying, I gave him very good, low. I think that's not correct. You should give him excellent.
Right.
Is it Is it
right,
true?
exactly right.
Okay. I will go to the judge and say no.
Yes, exactly right. That's a good one.
Other thing is
That's a good one.
what we have, not really traditional, but I don't even can name them. I don't know if they like it or not, but I would say we have kind of judges and I love them. They coming and ask me, how was it?
Mm-hmm.
They communicate with me. And people are talking always like, hey man, Jany is competing and he's doing helper work. Same year, man. Come on, do you really think
Right.
I can hurt you? And not people see that. Come on, man. Okay, that's a bullshit. In the same case, when the judge asked me, was that the chewing before? How was the grip really? I haven't seen it. I'm fucking honest, man. This is the professional. How you can doubt about professional? There's no way. Okay.
That's where you have. I think that's when the character comes, and in the helper work, in the judging as well. Like as a judge, you may not like somebody. Right. You really may not like somebody, but when that person steps on the field, you have to do your job. Yeah. And then
you have no time to think even who is that.
And then you continue not to like him. It's okay.
Exactly.
Right?
But it's so counterproductive to be that bad guy front of the 300, 400, 500 people.
Right.
I mean, yeah, people have to take it more fairly, you know. But this is the predict things, what they predict. They just see something obvious, for them is clear, no discussion. That's it.
Yes.
He was talking to him. Why? Because he want him to be bad. That's it. Yeah.
The conspiracies are endless.
Yeah, yeah.
They never stop, of course.
Yeah.
Tell me about the new rule now with the stick. How let's say you're gonna I mean, chances are you're probably gonna be doing the long bite again. Mm. And you're not gonna be able to use the stick hit to do, like, I don't know, like, man, maybe it doesn't make difference to you.
First thing I would say about that,
when you heard that happened,
man, I need to think about it, and I have to start to use this picture in training, man, because I always hit the dog.
Yes. Right.
I'm so bad, and I would say in IGP 2, man, it happened in somewhere in trial. I did maybe like 3-4 times in my life. Like I did IGP 2, and because you do IGP 2, and I hit them after long attack. I hit them.
Yes.
You know, and then was the judge coming to me and like, man, there is no hitting. And I say, from which time, man? When this fucking happened? And yeah, then I was reading the rules and again, oh man, you should not say that very loud, but we are just humans, right? And it was not bad. Anytime I hit them, nothing happened. They were even more satisfied. But again, I should think about it, and I should get my work like use for that. Mm-hmm. Okay, because I expect this. I will go and, it's like 20 years, man. You hit them after re-attack and now not hitting. For me as in this position, is even this is maybe the number one why I don't like it. If I have to start talking about, of course I don't like it, but this is maybe number one. Right. How do you want, it's like now, guys, we have no 2 kilos dumbbell, we have the fucking strawberry, from textile we throw, and you don't even know how to throw it.
Yes, very good point.
I don't know. I don't really know. And for the helpers, I don't think it will be easy. It's the same point like judge is telling you when to re-attack and all. You think about it. Too much thinking, too bad. You have to not think about it. Yeah. You must be clear. You must be seeing the focus. And if you are thinking, what happened if I hit him? What's gonna happen? They will change me, they will correct me, they will talk to me, there will be discussion, people will talk shit. And with this mood, you go inside. Is it good? No.
You know what I think? I think that for a while we don't have stick hits. I don't think it will make much difference because all of these dogs, they are trained with stick hits. So even if they don't get it,
Yeah.
they can feel the pressure and they can imagine the stick hit.
Yeah.
But in few years, the new dogs, like there will be dogs that will be truly trained without stick hits.
Mhm.
So no matter what you're doing, they're like, yeah, whatever.
Mm.
Those dogs will be very different for them. And as a helper, at that point, how do you test the confidence of the dog? With the dogs right now, if we stop in Romania, there is no stick hits. It's okay because the dogs are still, they think, oh yeah, it's coming. It didn't come, but in their mind,
Yeah, they expect
they got
that.
hit,
They expect
you know?
that, Yeah.
But in 2, 3, or maybe 5 years, that there will be dogs that will never have a
They
stick
never
hit.
experienced that even. Honestly, I will say like that. I tried already in the training few times to not hit the dog. And I was like, of course, it's like 2 steps punch, 2 steps punch. It's like 20 fucking years happening this and now not.
Right.
And I'm using hitting like not to test the dog, but to challenge him. First point. Very,
Yes.
very positive thing. You guys know that protection is not like nice to meet you in breakfast.
Right.
It's not shopping. It's a war. It's a thing. It's a serious thing, but in a good way. Okay? Dog doesn't hurt us. We don't hurt them.
Yes.
And the punching, it's like you wanna box me, you wanna sparring.
Right.
Man, I have to.
Yes. You have to
provocate
feel
you.
it a little bit.
I need to punch you also.
Yes.
Or you will punch only me. You
Right.
understand? Dog is already biting me. Well, I need to give him some feedback. And you know, guys, when you do like helper work and you just give them bite and you are like that pussy which one is sleeping in that time, dog probably, even the good dog will start to think what's
It will
happening.
become boring.
Yes,
Right?
boring,
It will become
nobody
boring
likes.
for sure.
So the first thing about hitting, it's not only in that test. It's not kind of test. It's a challenge also. What is another opinion in my head? Let's say you have a really quality dog, and when you hit him, he get like over his limit. What does it mean? Of course, he not go away and he don't have a bad grip or something, but he may be not listening you.
Yes.
You test another thing. You test when the dog, even under this kind of pressure and challenge, can listening you, okay? And that's, in my opinion, in IGP, in World Championship, the main thing.
Yes.
Because there is, who is fucking go with the dog which has reaction for the
Yes.
stick? Who is going there? That's not even possible, right? I don't remember no dog which one have the reaction. But the other thing, I have to say, what was the problem and why they ban it now, just cancel the hits? Why we guys don't have a conversation and do like how much you hit the dog, okay? Because this is also, this is from my experience. I was back half, and I know in first part, 7 dogs in the competition don't got me. Because that first guy just sent them out,
Right.
send them home
Exactly.
after punch. In my opinion, that was like unnecessary big punch.
Right.
Understand?
Yes, there is this.
And this is the thing why people cancel that, in my opinion. Okay, say it has to be punch but not broke his, elbows or spin. Okay, just test him if he has a reaction for touch, contact
Yes.
with the whip. That's the same like sparring. You sparring with someone, you will go sparring with me and you hit me that much that I go TKO on the ground, maybe I will not sparring with you anymore.
Right.
And you think I'm a bad fighter? It's the same. You hit the dog, which one is young, that much that he will never bite on you, and you think he's pussy. That's not it's the same thing. So there needs to be, in my opinion, measure how much you
the
test him
Yeah,
in that
yeah.
in that contact. But your question, I would say like 10 competition as a helper, and 8 times happened that the dog went out, and I'm really like remembering that it was always after touch, after contact.
Mhm.
With the pressure, like psychically, happened more in long attack. In long attack, it happens more because there is that, that catch. There is important the psychic
It's
pressure.
the change of
Yeah, but
the-
on the first half, it's important that hit.
yes.
To be honest, there is no space otherwise to make a pressure like psychically. And long attack, in my opinion, is exactly psychic. I'm saying again, psychic pressure important. Not run to the dog or hit him that crazy or something. It's different. That's from my experience. In first half, the hitting, the touch, contact. But in the back half, the hitting is there, but first is important when the dog bites.
Yes, it's the
So we
The
can, guys,
presence
in
and the
long attack
mental.
use more like psychic pressure, but in first half it will be missing. And I have seen already one World Championship without that hitting. Man, it's so bad.
it's not easy.
It's so
It's
bad.
not easy.
It's like something is missing there. It's like,
It changes it changes the sport. Unfortunately, it changes the sport.
there. I understand 10%. I understand that people around talk shit that we beat the dogs. Well, I'm saying there needs to be immediately, explanation. We hit them like this. Do you mind? Everybody
It's
in
the-
adult age
yeah.
say no. I don't mind this kind of. They don't even know. But this is Ivan. This is again. We are back in the tema. Why the people around don't know from which material is the whip stick?
Right.
How painful is that?
Right.
You can come and anytime try for free.
Yes.
Well,
Very true.
why don't talk about it?
We, for some reason, the people that are on top, working commissions and whatever we want to call them, I have the feeling sometimes that they don't defend the sport. They just follow, let's do this, and they are okay, well, we'll change it. We change it.
I have to not laugh, but this is
How
so
much are we
true.
gonna change it?
This is so true.
Like you guys are selected, you're elected in these positions to defend
let me
our
ask-
sport.
Let me ask you for something. Do you know, how do you guys say in America? Soccer?
Yeah, football,
Okay,
soccer.
football. Okay,
Yeah.
for us, it's
Yeah.
football, not American football. Do you know Zinedine Zidane?
Yeah, of course,
Well-
the French. Yeah,
Which team he is leading now? Do you know?
that I
His
don't.
coach from which team? Real Madrid.
Ah, yeah?
Okay, I don't really know if today still, but he is coach of Real Madrid. Fantastic player. How old he could be? Which year? I don't really know.
Yeah. It's
How old
his.
he could be?
I would think.
Around
Yeah, I don't know.
50.
I would say 40 something.
Okay, 40 something. So
That's
let's
my
say
guess.
45.
Yes.
Okay, it's okay. Fair enough. 45 age old guy is leading one of the best club in the world. And now got my point. I'm 33. Do you think that in 45 I will be the president of FCI?
Not happening.
Why?
Right.
Tell me why. Do you think we have a chance? I don't mean it badly against the old people. I respect old people. I love my grandma, okay? But what I want to say, the point is that people who, how is it in English? Created the things which are the bosses of everything. They need to be active. Even they are old, they need to be active in that. They
Yes.
need to talk with the trainers. They have to be in the same level. Because probably 90% are the same level as,
Right.
they are not.
Right.
They are not. They are that rest of the percents, and that's 10.
So which one side you prefer? I know many old people. I mean, old. Okay, was it old? Yeah, I will not say 50 is old. You still fine. I mean,
Yes.
it sounds badly
I know-
about age,
I know
but
what you
don't,
say.
don't talk about age. Let's say like people needs to be active. Doesn't matter how old. And is it like my really privilege to be boss of FCI in 45? No, I don't even want that. But I want there is staying somebody who is listening to people.
They have to listen. That's
who
the
is
problem.
going and ask them.
Yes.
Who is active, who is coming and ask them and talk with them. And it's like that guy who is the mayor of the country, is a president, that's it, it's a king. And these people have to talk with us, with young ones, have to go. They need to be, sorry to say, mainly active.
Right.
It's not happening. It's not.
They-
Maybe
they-
not everybody,
they really
but it's
have
not
to-
happening.
And it's easy. I think it's an easy concept to represent and defend the sport. Because what is next? Like how far are we gonna keep going until we change it so much
I don't really know.
that that the kids that are 12 years old now, what do you think? Are they gonna be able to play IGP? And what
Probably
would
not.
IGP look like at that moment?
Probably even worse than before, because all the sports as we talk go up. They grow.
Right.
How they grow? Promotion. That's a nickname of growing. Promotion. People need to hear that voice. How is promoted dog sport? Do you know some TV channel, some TV program where you have a dog sport every day? Do you know about that?
Yeah.
Tell me. Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There is nothing. And IGP or any other dog sport as a general, let's be not selfish, IGP, let's say like agility, there is milliards people in the world, not millions. There is so many people. And they can go out and be maybe in the future, very soon, I guess, they can be on Olympic Games. Right? Why? I will not name them. I don't want to make them insult, but there is so lot of sports you don't even care.
Yeah.
You don't even watch that.
Yeah.
Who is caring for something, It's not sport. Golf, for me, is not sport. And somebody say golf is beautiful. It's so good game. And I'm saying, man, billiard, that's not sport, man. It's not sport.
Right.
And somebody say, oh, it's so difficult. Of course, I have
It
been
is
playing
difficult.
golf also in billiard. I'm not saying it's easy, and I don't say any shit word. I'm saying it's not sport. Sport, for me, is like you got what? You put the blood, you put the heart there. You need to work, you need to train. And in the end, the better win by physically. Sport, for me, is like physically. Of course, physically as well, but, that's IGP, nobody knows.
Yeah.
So little people know that. So small. So small.
And it's an
community.
interesting sport when it's explained. When it's not explained, just as you said, that was such a good idea. It's like, hey, there is the stick. This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Feel how it feels.
Yeah, do you think he mind?
Right.
I'm and in the same moment I'm taking Repi from the car or going on the field, I'm saying, look at that. I give him a bite to the ball and I'm just patting him wet. That kind of stick which happen in competition. And you see,
Yes.
my dog is not even close the eyes. He not has react. He like it.
It's excitement.
like
yes.
I can even hit him more with my hand.
Yes.
But guys, yeah, that's all about that. People has no information. People has no information. So for me, number one about this discussion is change that kind of procedure, how to get information, how to bring it to the sport and grow. Because I'm very sure lots of people will love it, this sport. Lots of young people, kids even, like, I'm not saying IGP, I'm saying completely dog sport. There is nothing. There is nothing.
And also when somebody decides some rules to get changed, ask the competitors.
Yeah.
It's our sport.
Was it?
It's our sport. Ask us.
It's guys, like 2 weeks ago, we had a vote in Czech Republic about new president. I was so feeling bad I'm not there. I was there in the first round, and we have a like kind of second round system.
Yeah.
And when was happening second round, I was already here. And I was feeling so bad, man. Like a patriot, you know? I was really feeling bad. I cannot give that voice to that guy. And on beginning, it was between 12 persons, and second round is only between 2. That's how it goes.
It's the important part.
That guy, which I wish he won. And I'm so happy, but I feel so bad. I cannot have voice. Only one voice. Maybe nothing happened. But this is for me the same in dog sport. Those guys had fucking promotion around the Czech country. Everybody knows them. There is no person which one say, I don't know this guy, I don't know this guy. Everybody knows what's happening. And it's a 10 million people in Czech Republic.
Yeah.
And 10 million people know who is now going to be president. Why?
Even if it's, there is still some manipulations, of course, in politics.
Of course, but
you know? But
the
at
point
least
is everybody knows.
You feel involved. You feel part of it.
Yeah.
And in our sport, we do it for so long. We're so passionate about it. And we are always told, oh, you know what? We will, in IGP1, the dog's gonna sit and it's gonna jump over the A-frame.
And that's it.
And nobody asks why.
Yes. What's the reason
Like,
how it should look like?
What are we doing?
There is no commentator, man.
Right.
There is no guy who is saying, okay, he jumped too early, then he touched, he will probably lose 1 point. Look at that chewing in that holding dumbbell. Oh, the speed is also not good. I will get 7. How much you got there? Tell me, guys, on the chat. It can be
Make a game.
amazing. Commentator, promotion, and just fucking exclusive, you know,
They have now
picture of that.
which one is it? Which championship? It's Bart is gonna do the commentator.
Yeah, that's
What is
this.
that?
Yeah, that's happening on this.
I mean, there is some
Salzit.
attempt, you know.
Salzit in Germany.
It's Germany.
Yes, Barbell will go be. That's exactly.
It's a good start, but this is kind of what we need.
It's good.
This is what we need.
I really respect for the idea. I like it too, and I'm very curious, very looking forward for it.
And he's good at this.
Yeah, he's a good talker.
You know.
Well, he's a good talker.
Yes.
He know what to say.
He can make it interesting to the person that's not interested.
Yeah,
for
man.
sure.
There needs to be talented guy who is not shy or girl. You cannot be shy.
And even if you say the wrong thing,
you don't give a shit.
Still be confident about it.
You don't give a shit. You say wrong thing.
Right.
Well, in other hand, I would say there should be somebody who is doing IGP, right?
True.
Okay. I mean, I love Arbelon. I respect him.
But it's still some
he's
kind of
super
start.
guy, but
yes,
it's perfect for now.
Yes.
But in the future, there needs to be some
really
professional commentator,
the game.
IGP, who understand exactly. But I don't know. I don't even want to say that Barbellon don't understand the exercise. Of course he does, but he doesn't not. Does he compete? No. In IGP, no.
Right.
Well, it's something, a little detail.
Yes.
Don't get me bad.
Yes.
But when is there, for example, somebody who compete like yesterday, and who understand, even a judge, you know, like in UFC exactly.
True.
The ex-judges are today commentators.
Yes.
Ex-competitors are commentators.
Yes.
Yeah?
There you go.
Man, 99% from this sport, we have to bring our sport. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing.
You know what I was thinking? I want to switch a little bit. Let's talk a little bit of training. But before we go in deep into protection, what is your favorite part of the IGP as far as training?
You mean as a handler or as a
As a
trainer?
handler, handler.
All right. So as a handler, my favorite part, and I think I will describe it a little bit more, but it's obedience.
Obedience.
Yeah. And tracking is, of course, how you teach the dog. But dog needs to track alone.
Yes.
And you don't have to help him in track, right?
Yes.
So basically you are just one of the part of the game there, which one hold the leash.
Which is the interesting part of IGP, right?
Yeah.
To switch gears, and it's like, no, this is you.
It's unbelievably.
This is us together.
It's a magical thing that you just give him command on beginning, and then you two times actually give him another command after article, and that's
Right.
all.
It's almost like with the birds, like with the pigeons, you just
Spontaneous.
let it fly.
Watch the nature.
And when you've done the right training, some people hate tracking because it doesn't go well. But when it goes well, it's the most peaceful
It's a
thing, watching a dog knowing what to do.
I think it's mostly the nature thing
Right.
for the dog, right? So tracking is about that. And I will not say now about tracking so much because it will be 1 hour talking, but obedience, why? And protection, same
And
thing.
by the way, for everybody,
yeah,
when I watch him track, it's what you want to see. Like you just stay behind and you enjoy watching that picture of sync and just confidence and enjoyment of, okay, this is what we do.
100%.
It's not the oh my god, or
you won't handle everything.
Right.
No, man. Let him do the thing. Respect him and do what you want. Tracking, let's open tema tracking later, but
yeah,
obedience, why obedience? Because in obedience, I have to say before, in protection is the same thing like in tracking. You give commands, dog has to bite, he has to do his things. There is a little bit more handling. You can actually handle lots of mistakes as a handler as well.
Mm-hmm.
But in obedience, man, why I love obedience? Because in obedience, you promote and you show to the people what you have done with your dog.
it's you and I doing
Yes.
it now.
And other thing is cooperation.
Right.
We go together there, and you exactly there have the mostly the main chance. The main chance do mistakes. So you can
Yes.
you can do it with him. I mean, there you 50-50.
You can lose the points.
Yes.
You can lose the points.
Exactly, that's what I want to say. You can lose the points in obedience. And there is actually like you also by physically work. Because it's not only like how you present your dog. Of course, is the main thing. But it's also like how you can present yourself in that
Yes.
moment, right? Main thing is present your dog, but present yourself in the right way. Let's say it's many things. You throw the dumbbell badly, you stabs badly, you give him bad mimic in turnings.
Yes.
I'm talking FMBB, man, is the hardest competition in the world, and they see everything. So you need to be really professional, and that's why I love obedience.
Right.
Because you have the privilege to make a part there. In protection, nobody really watch the handler. Like, okay, if it's something like sits and a lot of very big help, okay, and in tracking as a general is the main. So in tracking, you cannot do even nothing. In protection, a little bit, but in obedience, you can do a lot. And for me, number one in obedience is you are showing and presenting what you have done with your dog. And that's why I really love that you go compete with your own dog, which one you made from puppy.
Right.
This is number one for me. If you buy the dog, I respect that, of course. If you train another dog from 2 years, I respect all, okay?
For sure.
But there needs to be the difference about people, how they perceive this obedient. He made him from puppy.
Yes, it's
That's
a
his
different.
dog.
It's a different.
That's a so big difference.
And if the obedience is not, like the obedience point-wise may not be precise, but if you don't have the obedience, that's talking together, the cooperation, then you know that it's protection. He may be really good in the biting parts, but there is still obedience. And yeah, obedience is a big one for sure.
Obedience is magical. It's and actually, as a public person, am I right?
Yeah,
Like the fans around, the people around, it's I think most interesting because okay, adrenaline protection in trekking for people who has no idea what is IGP is boring. And obedience is like, wow, oh, hey. And it's different if you coming there like, oh my God, I'm going to lose everything today. Or if you go there and I don't give a fuck if I lose, but I enjoy the moment.
Right.
That's different, how you present that. That's all about it. So if you ask me again, am I nervous to enter the field? No, I'm super exciting. Finally show the world what I have done with him 3 years. Who is that animal and who is that monster beside of me? You know, it's it's so
Right.
great. It's so great.
Yeah, I think it's almost like everybody that I ask in IGP. In different sports is different, but in IGP, I think everybody that is somewhat successful has that appreciation about obedience.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah, I think it's a king discipline, man. Let me tell you one short story. German Shepherds, WSV, just my opinion. I'm not saying it's true. It's my opinion. And WSV, who has obedience in the highest points, he is a world champion.
right. Yes.
That is tracking everybody. That is protection everybody. But who has the obedience? That is the winners. That is the winners.
Yeah, most of the time that's it.
Yeah, it's just after my it's only from my experience, but I'm watching, you know, also competition like a nationals, not only world championships.
Yeah.
And I would say it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Obedience is not happening for all dogs somewhere where is no people. There is always people. It's on stadium. That doesn't mean it's fair.
Yeah.
Okay? Tracking happened somewhere you don't even know where it's happening.
True.
Different terrain.
Which I think they should start.
Yeah.
I think we need to start to film
Yeah.
everything,
agree.
you know?
I agree.
Like, why do we not? We like it.
I guess working dogs started already with that.
In
and I
some
like
places when they have
it.
opportunity.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
The difficult thing is with
You have
Wi-Fi
opportunity.
and
What
like,
do you mean? Opportunity. There is always opportunity. Just get used for that, the dogs.
Right.
Oh no, don't come because he can be. This is not fair. Come on.
Yes.
Is it different obedience? There is many guys with photos,
Yes.
many distractions. That's the part of the game. You need to be used for that, like a ceremony training, like a vet control, like the entering the field, like a chip control. All the sides where we not get the points, right? All the things
Yes.
are part of the game. So part of the game is like, I am here today and I will film your dog.
Yes.
Ciao. People
That's
can
exactly.
see finally.
And people would love to see it.
Yeah, of
They,
course.
you know,
But again,
because even when you train, this is part of the training, you know, like I think the most difficulty for a beginner and not even just beginner, but IGP trainer, you're doing your tracking, but you have never that picture of what to compare and what is that excellent picture, because you see excellent obedience, you see excellent protection, you make a little bit of, okay, I know what I'm trying to do. In tracking, just because we don't see it enough, we don't, like, people don't know, okay, well, is my dog tracking good or no?
Exactly.
And sometimes they start to screw up a dog that's very good tracking.
Exactly.
Because they don't know.
Yeah. It's like you sitting beside of people in the tribune
Yes.
and they are talking like, was it that correct?
Yes.
And it's obedience or protection. And it's so
Yes.
funny. But on the other hand, it's so embarrassing because they have to know.
Yes.
It's like I was yesterday in the Super Bowl watching with you guys.
Yes.
I have no idea what is even the rules.
Right. Right.
And
right.
Even that, I love it. It's for me so cool to watch that guys. Like it's adrenaline, contact sport. You know, this is the sport.
Yes. Yes.
Very cool. But later, I'm asking also, like Gregory or you.
Yes, because
what's
that's
the
what it's
principle?
it. Yes.
What's the rules? Do I have to know it before? Yes, I would say I would like it even more.
It
if I know.
becomes more interesting, right?
Yeah.
Right?
If you come and it's like you go to soccer, you pay, I don't know, $20 for the entering. You know what you pay for. You enter the competition, an IGP, you don't even know what you have to looking for.
Right.
Do you know who compete there? Okay, let's say like, hey, you know, guys, you see my T-shirt here? It's a Ivan Balabanov logo. I'm coming supporting this guy.
Right. Right. Right.
You know, because I know he's going to die. It's so determined for me to be on that position like a fan and know the things around. In IGP it goes like this. We sending personal message, we have a Facebook, some social media, we share with them the card, how it goes. Day before, do you think the day before you can schedule your life and just jump to the airplane and fly to Florida and watch you? Ah man, probably
Right,
not.
right.
I was in UFC. You know it like half year ago. You understand?
Yes.
Why we cannot draft before? You know what I mean? You this is another little detail, little thing, which one can be also really important for the fans and for the people. Man, let's get the example. In Florida, in Tampa, will happen World Championship FMBB. They will competing this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this girl, and they all have been world champions.
Yes.
So
And the
interesting
same.
to that? Of course I am.
And the same with the new people. It's like, hey, we've never seen this person. We don't know.
And that guy
we don't
has
know.
perfect healing. Do he make again the healing? You know, there is coming this girl. She was always 100. She got 100 points in obedience.
Yes.
Man.
Yes.
Does he make again? And you know who is the helper? Who is the judge there? Do you know, introduce everything before. This has like name. And that's it, basically.
Like the catalog. I just thought of the same
Catalog,
thing.
yeah.
Like in the catalog, it's so easy. I mean, it's not probably, there is work to be done, but let's say you open the page, there is the number, there is the person, and there is a QR code.
Yeah.
And you go on the phone,
Website.
and boom,
Beautiful.
the person comes up,
Beautiful
and
idea.
a little bit something.
Beautiful idea. Beautiful idea.
You want that catalog.
I love it.
All of a sudden, you want that catalog, right?
And it could be short movie about, you know.
Yes.
I love it. Well, we have done as a helpers many kind of, you know, I have done lots of promotion videos for this World Championship. They ask us. Okay? But what was there? Do you think there was like, hello, I'm Jany. I love IGP sport. I'm handler. I'm coach. I'm trainer. I have this dog. I have this dog before. No, that is just like barking, escape, long attack,
Right.
re-attack. There is no personality. There
Exactly.
is no voice. Nothing. And the people are watching only, okay, he behaved better, he behaved this. There is like, you can think about me what you want, but you don't know me. Well,
Yes.
is it
And
good?
this is
No,
what's
it's-
the important part's missing.
yeah,
Right there.
there is no problem. Man, it's all the time same thing.
Right there.
How long it takes? How long it takes to know you? Okay. How
Yes.
long it takes? Somebody is coming today. Let's say my sister don't know you. She has no idea, and she will meet you first time. And okay, I'll say, okay, he is like that and that. but she can see that before
Yes.
and get ready and then see more things, right? Where is it?
Maybe conversation like this will start to excite some people and get some ideas more, and maybe we change it, you know?
Hopefully.
We should change it. We should change it.
It's like you can see the ceremony. We are saying, you know, Czech guys won Olympic Games in Nagano. I have been in that time like 9 years old. I do remember that even today. After how much, I don't know now, but like 24 years old. And I do remember that. Do you think somebody gave a fuck that I was vice champion in 2016 in Gorica?
That's the thing.
People don't know.
No.
You know, and we as a team
Yes.
have been many times on podium, not one person, as a team.
Yes.
Czech Republic, or you know what I mean, USA. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying about
No,
us.
it's exactly right.
They have no idea.
Yeah, hopefully somebody's listening and gets some ideas. There is people that are so good at this too, you know, they're naturally.
And I believe, I'm super sure, not quite, I'm super sure there is a lot of people which one can come and give a hand to help and do it. Lots of business stuff.
Yeah.
There is jobs to do, but it must go first to the people, like open it. Don't hide anything, guys. Just show them. Okay?
So
No diplomacy, no politics. Show them.
I'm gonna jump into something else because it just comes in. That's how my brain works, you know.
I'm just
Between your two dogs.
I'm just doing little promotion for Coca-Cola.
Between the two dogs, Forny and Repi,
Yes.
how are they different to you?
Oh.
How is it? How much did you have to change what you did with the big boy?
Can we take a break? I can have like 1 hour thinking. Wow, man, I love it. Okay, the first thing different between them is that Repi is I don't even know what to say. No, it's a little bit
So
emotional.
did you change the?
No, let me.
Yeah, I'll let you
say-
sit with this.
Let me sit with that. Rap is, you know, rap is different mainly in this kind of social thing against to me. He's just lovely boy against to me. Okay, he as a dog would never ever hurt me. He is kind of dog which is like he's my soulmate. He's like my partner, and he just loves me at all. I mean,
Right.
he works for me, and I feel it since beginning. Since I just, you know, I choose him between 1 and second. I just watch him in, you know, 4 or 5 weeks, I don't remember, and I say, okay, I take him. I bring him home, and he gives all the love to me. I'm not talking about training. In training, he's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
The same way like Forny was. But the biggest difference I have to talk about is like how he behaved against to me. Okay? Forny was different. Forny never loves this pat. He never gives me like, I like you, like person, like he, of course he like pat, but different way.
Right.
Not that much. This I must say this
Yes.
boy, man, he just lives with me. He lives
Do you
with
think
me. He's
you
much more-
also got better and more, like you're paying more attention now?
Let's take it better with this side, because this is less emotional for me
Right.
and much easier to talk about it, because
Right.
well, I'm very very sure that to say I didn't prove anything, it's lie. Okay, it's not true. Of course, if I knew what I know today,
Yes.
maybe it could be even better and even different. Of
Right.
course, I improve myself. Of course, man. That is just about these social things. I have like kind of 30, 40 commands around IGP, which Repi knows. Forny had no idea about those.
Yes.
Like in home, you know, another thing, Forny was never at home. Repi lives with me.
Yes.
I mean, he can be in Kennel, he can be outside, freedom of the house in property. He can, as now 1 month, most popular for him, he sleep in one bed with me. Forny never did that. And I mean, people asking me, but was it because of your behavior, or maybe when you treat with him like with Repi, maybe he also was like that? I'm saying, no, guys, I tried. I wish that.
Yeah.
That was one point why I take Mali, because German Shepherd not contact like this.
Right.
Mali is your
Yes.
He's your buddy. He's
They
your
are
friend.
they are more needy. They
more.
appreciate
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Forny was not. He is that boss. You know, he was just that boss, and I respect it.
Right.
He liked Pat, but he was that much boss. He don't.
And that's the good
He don't
thing.
give a fuck.
Right.
You pat me,
Right.
man. Okay, but Repi, you pat him, and he's like, "Oh man, thank you. I like it. I love you too." So, but again, jump what you say. More important, maybe more interesting for the people is like that trainers things. I would start with this kind of, you know, Repi knows waiting. Repi knows he has to not go left. I have a command for that. I have command like don't go inside right. I have a command wait me like 300 meters there. I have a command like give me the ball and don't care now. It's like enough.
Right.
Forny knows just IGP commands.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Repi knows like coming to me, and he knows coming to me in back position and front position, and he, you know, many things. I explained to him, and I enjoy really that. I really enjoy that. What this means,
Yes.
my knowledge are higher.
Going up. Yes. Yes.
And as a preparation about, I already, when I took him, I already have the movie in my head, what is gonna happen, how I will teach him this and this and this and this. And man, it's still happening.
Right.
Like I in the past thought. This is beautiful. When I took Forny, I had no idea what I gonna do when he will be 1 year. And this is very truly showing to the people. Repi is 2 years today, and he has
Yes.
IGP too.
Too. And even though watching you train, you're very like you have your vision, you have your plan, you're very methodical. You know where you're going, which is very cool to see over and over again, you know?
Yes, yes.
And but that side of the training that's never talked about is that side that you just said about these extra things, this you know, like
All the sauce around.
the not just the field, but like those other things. I think there is dogs that appreciate that, and they just
Yeah.
excel because not because of the training on the field, but because of who you are with them
Yeah.
outside the field.
Communication.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm always saying, like in training, like, do you wanna sit him, tell him that before you're gonna do anything. Just tell him you wanna do something from him. Tell
Right.
him that, right? So I mean, the another thing is that Repi much more perceive me, but that's relative with what I'm saying.
The
His
personality,
character,
yes,
personality.
yes.
He. I'm doing just this kind of sound, and he okay. I know. If I do to Forny, he don't.
It's like
give a
whatever.
fuck. He just okay. It's kind of sound of the bird. But in the other hand, I would say, I have never ever to be fair, you know, I still don't got it today. To be honest, 100% unfair. I'm not really sure. People maybe will say like, hey, it's different. But I really honestly, I don't got it. How was it? Because Forny was kind of boss. He was kind of champ since he just born.
Right,
He was blue. He was only one in the litter, and I choose him the same way like Repi, just in first contact, like first love, and whole alive together 10 years was kind of challenge for
Right.
me. Kind of challenge with Repi. It's kind of beautiful relationship. There is challenge to be, you know, I would say differently. With Forny, my dream was go to World Championship. Okay? Be honest. With Repi, I want to win that.
Yes.
That's it. So, let's say like that.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. In the other
You know
hand,
how I divide them, like, just from way back when I used to live in Belgium, and you know how I have this puppy now, the Diopatra.
Yeah.
But I would talk to the guys back in the, like, just old school Belgian ring clubs and whatever, and the breeders, and they would always divide them, talking these conversations like, oh, well, you have that primitive type, then you have this more trainable type, more kind of into you type, but they're both important to have. Because if you don't have that primitive type and you always do the trainable dog, you lose this.
Yeah.
And that's important too.
Yeah.
It's just a little different. You have to adapt to what you do, and not necessarily try to change it. Just go with what the dog, who it is, because you can't change it.
Yeah,
you have to kind of give it what he wants, right?
I got it.
And when you have, you know, like I don't even know where you are with this, but there is trainers that would really keep purposefully the dog in a kennel or in a crate most of the time of the day, thinking that the dog's gonna really, really want them, and then they come on the field and they do something, and then it's back there, so they want it more.
Yeah.
And then there is the other option, just as you said, where the dog sleeps on the bed for a whole month and gets spoiled and gets to interact. Which dog gives you more?
Yeah.
The one that it's restricted always,
Yeah.
or the one that's a,
With you.
you know?
Yeah. It's a question like what I think about it. I mean,
Everybody.
hey man, that's exactly describing these two boys, you know,
Right.
Forny and Repi.
Right?
Forny was whole life in kennel. He was, and this is one of the side of the picture. Which one educates me in my life? Dog has to be looking forward when you come and give the energy right now. Okay? The rest is not important. I was educated like from the club where I
Yeah.
became the handler or something. I was a German Shepherd whole life. Then was coming Forny. Was he a little bit like German Shepherd? Yes, he was a little bit like German Shepherd. He don't give a shit if I come like morning and afternoon or something. He's doing his thing.
His thing.
He's fine. He's fine there, and he don't need me. He doesn't need me. Okay, obviously, and I did that in that time. I didn't even realize that. That's the answer of everything. Repi come. What do you fucking think? He was coming first. Come to house. He was with me in the kitchen. That's our first picture. I lay on the ground with him and he's just sleeping with me. Second picture is in the bed. How is it different? I would say Forny was like my first Mali in my life. I tested everything basically. I have no idea. Before I had German Shepherds, I got experience how to prepare the dog for IGP3. I have no idea how to prepare dog for World Championship.
Right.
With Repi, I have knowledge from Forny.
You know,
Who made the champ from Repi? Forny.
Yes.
It's all about him. And he was in kennel. Do you think it was wrong? I don't think so. I don't think so, because we became very successful together.
Yes.
So, what my point is, like, basically, it's individual.
The type of dog.
Yes, the type of dog, and of course how your life is going.
Right.
If you have this chance to have him outside, or you prefer that. I mean, it's like spontaneous, and basically in the end it doesn't matter because you choose that. How you can know he will like it or not? You choose when he's baby, right? So
True.
people have to not really think about it. It's like let them do it. And I will just finish this theme about, like, in my opinion, I have heard once in my life. I don't remember who was it, but dog has to work for you.
Mm-hmm.
Dog has to not work for the ball. I was very young. And how I can have my 40 kilos German Shepherd ugly, dirty like hell in my bed?
Right.
What do you mean? Oh, he has to work for you, and he will work for you because he will sleep with you. And I thought, are you crazy?
That's kind of not gonna.
And today he's sleeping with me every day, you know? So it changed. And I mean, it's, in my opinion, as a general, the top of the, you know, the peak of this tema is like, it's just about how your life is.
And paying attention who you have in front.
Yeah, for
right?
what you want, you know. As Forny was able to do that, the same performance like Repi, and he was living out of me. Repi lives with me all the time, 24/7, and they do same job. So
Did you take more time with Repi? I mean,
oh,
with
man.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all. I feel so bad because I'm saying if I knew, but that's not possible. If I knew, it's like always, if I knew this what I know today, and I gave Forny even, maybe it was even better,
Right.
because as you say, you know, it's how you know, today he's 2 years old, man,
Right.
and he
It's
has
crazy.
IGP too, man,
It's
in
crazy.
excellent. Forny was doing 1 year later, and this describe everything. This is answer for your question. Of course, man. You know, he was 1 year old and he knew basically almost everything. I was like, where do we go?
Right.
What should I teach him now? I mean it not in bad way, of course, it's not excellent everything. There is so many details, but I was from Forny's life not really ready by my psychic for that.
Yeah.
And that's today. Like, I'm so worried. Is he ready in, you know, like age?
Maturing.
He
Yes.
shows me I am ready for everything. I want to do everything. But do you know really?
True.
Let's try. Otherwise, we never know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How soon do you start? Like, what do you like? What is an advice for people? You know, people wait. Sometimes they're like, okay, well, he's 6 months old. We let it grow up. Sometimes it's like, well, no, we really start training very hard. Do you have any prescription?
Again, the same. It's a so specific, so individual
For the dog.
For the dog. I would never say numbers. I not even use. I would say for bite work, of course, dog has to change the tooth. Okay, he should be healthy and ready. But I would say, like, you as a handler should watch how the dogs behave around. You need to read him. Obviously, it will be very difficult to watch him around if you just take him from kennel to the field. What does it mean? You have to
Right.
spend time with him out of the field, right? And that's another answer. Basically, it's much more better if you also live with him a little bit. You can watch.
You see.
You
see
can
things.
see how he behaves. How you want to know the personality if you just give him to kennel, you give him food, you take him out for 15 minutes and back. Kennel, stadium, kennel. Man, that's
Right.
not life.
Right.
Okay? So I learned how to study dog to take him with me. And that's exactly another thing why I know him better. Why I know how to be ready. It's like a mom which study her baby. She know mainly what that baby want before that baby start to talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The same life is with the dogs. They cannot tell you, but they can show you.
Yeah.
And if you don't know how they behave there and there, why? You cannot understand. So if I see the dog, like he start to bark somewhere, somehow, okay, probably he's ready.
Maybe we're ready.
Baby is going and he's even thinking what the truth is and like what that. Man, you better not start protection with him, okay? I
And
would
when
say
you
like
do
this.
protection,
Or training.
would you
or-
do you do anything with your own dog in protection?
Oh yeah, man, I did. Actually, Repi I did like until You know, now I have this guy, and before I had another guy, Václav Ouška. We train like time to time, but like not that much that I don't need use myself. So basically, until 1 year, I did like 90% by myself with Repi.
And also even the way you play, you're still showing the elements, right? It's
and I think it's super cool because you can study him. I mean, it's about dog again. My dogs never mind. I don't know. I have no dog in my life which one mind to do protection by myself.
With you, right?
Yes. But I have seen dogs which one mind. Which one take it, oh no, that's Papa.
I cannot do that on you.
Yes.
Right, yeah. I've seen that.
You know? And now is the question.
And it doesn't make it bad dog. It's
Yes.
just, he's like, no, I cannot do that with you.
Yes, it's Papa.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's like Mama is coming, I will not bark on her, right? I don't have this experience, man. I don't. I never. All dogs I had, of course they bite on me.
You know who is like this is Kimba.
Yeah.
I could not make her. She's just like, I cannot bark at you
me, man,
like
but
this.
She's so young.
And then you see her.
Yes. But she's so young.
Right.
She has no. People have to understand in this point maybe to describe them, you know, a little bit, because we know what's going on.
Right.
It's not
right,
about
yes.
character of the dog like that. It's what's the reason in your opinion? What do you think? People have to understand why this dog and this dog can and this one not.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think my opinion sometimes is that they, when you ask certain dogs, it's like, hey, it's a game, but come at me more strong, and they have a problem. They are like, I know what you want me to do, but I feel it's wrong.
Do you think it can be like about people? Like it's like you go with your son and you say, hey, hit me. You go sparring boxing and you say, hit me. And I cannot
Careful,
do that.
right?
And then it's coming older son and he say, hit me, and he hit
Yes.
you in that moment.
Yeah.
And he will
You
say,
ask me to.
you asked me
Right.
to do that.
Right.
Don't you think it's like that?
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be.
I actually ask you because you're so better with experience. You have so much more experience than me. I don't know what to answer of that.
Yeah,
really,
I think
like,
I would agree with that, because it's a
personality.
and it doesn't make the dog good or bad, and
I think it's really
and,
personality. It's the dogs has people think it's a just dog, you know. It's just a thing. Well, we are talking now, and I am using the word dog. You know, in my family, man, there's
Yeah.
nobody saying about Repi he's a dog. Man, and it's just like we just treat like that. They call him king, they call him the master, many nickname, but they never say where is your dog.
what is your dog?
In English it's very common, man. And I've been like with a friend spending here very long time, and I was always saying like, what do you mean my dog? You mean Repi? You know what I mean? It's like, okay, a little bit, because people think it's just a dog and he see only that way on that way. In my opinion, they have much more feeling than even some people. They have a big feeling. They can watch that, how they can read the situations. For example, I'm going now out from the house and he is already staying on the couch and showing me like, I'm all right, man.
Don't worry about me right now.
I'm staying here. How he
Yes.
can know I am
Yes.
going out without him?
Without, yep.
I cannot get it, man. And he's like this all life. People asking what kind of ritual you have for obedience and protection. Of course I have kind of preparation, but you know, man, I just take him out and he knows. It's so difficult to explain and it's so difficult to answer for those questions. I'm only saying dogs are super smart, super emotional, and we are so limited in perceiving how they are thinking.
Yeah, we're getting better at paying attention to that element of training, of the emotional part. We're getting much better.
Yeah.
It wasn't there
Yeah.
like
For sure. For sure.
15 years ago even. It was like, yeah, well, of course we love the dogs and everything, but we didn't think that it has such a impact.
Yeah, for sure,
to-
man. That's 100%. We are so much better trained.
I remember way
So
back,
much.
it's like, hey, you're training the dog, and it's like, hey, no, don't talk to him like a baby, don't do
Yeah,
this, don't
yeah,
do whatever.
yeah.
Like it shifted,
You
it
distract
changed.
him, and today
They
you just
want it. You
do
know that they
healing
like
and
it.
you talk to him.
Yes.
Exactly. And you know, that's the thing. We are good, such as good trainers and more. But I mean, you maybe got my point. Or I don't know. Dogs are still same, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
We don't know how they can prove. They don't have schools about brain thinking, okay? So basically, we are on this side and we need to get there. So, I mean, perceive them, watch them, treat with them like with the kids, with the people, not just with the thing which one is just barking and eating, you know. That's what I mean.
And there is also to be patient, you know. Sometimes you have to believe your dog, and you got to give it a chance, and there is steps. It's not like you have a 4-month-old puppy and now you are like, okay, I'm gonna act like I'm at the World Championship.
Yeah, yeah.
I think, you know, you have to come back to, no, he's a 4-month-old puppy. He needs a different thing.
Could you say the most important thing about handler? I mean, the thing you need to have, you for sure know already what I'm talking about. Which thing needs to have every successful handler, also helper, and every another person which own the dog? What's the thing? Tell me, please. The number one, to be able own the dog, treat
The
with
dog
him,
has to know that he can trust you and that it's loved.
So love, trust, and how to get to that love with your feeling.
Right.
So
Yes, you
need
have to
a
express
feel-
it. You have to. You
yes.
cannot be
Yes.
always like a stone wall.
Yeah, man.
You have to.
That's it. People around the world are like, I'm taking him because I like him. Does he like you?
Right. Right. So we had to do the Florida thing because the bugs are coming, and yeah, that's very important stuff.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Yeah, man. So I love the conversation.
Cheers.
Love it.
Me too.
With how you know that the crazy dynamics between being a helper, a training helper, working with the handlers, especially when you're somebody on your level, being vice world champion, being world champion helper, and you have a group of trainers, and you have the trainers that just want to enjoy the sport. You have the trainers that are really, really motivated to become top. And it's a special thing. Like I will tell you before you start, I will tell you, I was very bad. In my early years, I thought that everybody has to be like me. And I made people cry on the field because of this crazy thing. And then it wasn't a sudden thing, but I changed little by little. But there is something with that, right?
Oh,
How
definitely.
do you, what do you do? How do you handle?
I have to say, like, first thing at all, you know, man,
I think it's easier to be in position like you are like 45, 50 and teach the people. Like, I mean, the age, it's a difficult thing, man. It's a difficult, man. Because I was, you know, today I'm 33 and still I meet the people who are mostly older than me.
Right.
And in my position, it's so difficult to stay in front of them and just lead them, okay? It's not easy.
And especially convincing them that what their idea is, not gonna...
They have done so much more in life.
Right.
They have so much more experience. It's like you are teaching your father and now grandfather and all around, you know. So this is kind of thing which one always make happening things in my head, and it's really difficult, honestly, for the psychic to have a courage and don't give a shit about, like, I'm talking to you, and I take it very seriously and very respectful. For me, it's kind of traditional to behave to older people like with respect, much more than the younger people, because young people, and especially today, they have no idea what respect is, how to respect the people. You know, it's kind of respect, but not that respect, which one we need to have there. And for me, as I respect my dog, I respect the people which one I lead, which one I teach, okay? So one of the thing is, well, let's take it on the other hand. I'm teaching people for reason. For me, it's like kind of think why I born. I told you the story. I was young, I was small kid, and I said I want to be coach. Why do you want to be the coach? Because you feel need to help people. Yes, that's the only reason. I feel need to help people.
That's your contribution.
Yes, exactly. Contribution.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That's the word, contribution. And if I am there just because, I cannot be the right coach. So basically, it's very difficult to see that trainer in the right way when it's happening, like you yell to the people or you are not in the right mood today. We are just the humans,
Right.
okay? We are not the computers.
Right.
We cannot be in the same mood every day. And about myself, I am like this, okay? I treat about situation. I read the situation. As I read the dogs, I read the people. So again, the feeling is number one. I want to say, to be a good coach, if you have you have a power in your mind, you need to discharge to the people in the right way. If the power is going to the psychic, like disturbing and bother the people and bully them, that's not the coach.
Make it.
That's not the thing.
Yeah.
You need to give them the motivation. You as a teacher have to be like also motivator. Give them motivation. Am I right?
Yeah.
In English,
no,
you know what I
they
mean?
have to, for sure.
So if I'm training people, I prefer to train with people the same ones, the regular trainings. Spend the time around with them, not only on the field. It's the same thing like with the dog. To know the dog, I need to spend the time with him around, to read him like a kid. And especially because he cannot tell me. So this is the same with people. You meet the person which one telling you immediately, I don't like it, I like this. Can we do like that? But then this is perfect. But then you meet the person never telling you, I don't like it. And you just figure it out after many times training happened badly and you don't got it in that right moment. So conversation and trusting, it's the point between. I prefer to be like a coach which one motivate the people and which one give them the hope. Doesn't matter they are on different levels. It's same for me. We be, again, as I said on beginning of our podcast, it's family. Be friends and trust each other in another things. So what does it mean? We have to go and spend the time out. We have to go and talk about another things.
Something else, yes.
Give them the point. Give them the point to talk to you. figure out how they are, and then you maybe become better coach. You cannot just take it in one picture like coach talks now and take, okay, this guy is just like this. No. Do you know about him something around? No.
True.
So that's the first thing. So as we talk about, you asked me before, what age you start with the dog, or how do you see he is ready? I mean, the same is with the people. And this was my beginning. I coming to the dog training place, and they see I'm so exciting. Do they need to give me motivation? No, I was motivated enough.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then is coming somebody who has not that much motivation, and you immediately just kill him. No, man, this is not sport for you. Well, to be honest is also important, but be honest doesn't mean killing you. Okay, so you need to be like a coach, which one give you honest answer about your training, but you need to also understand how you like and what's your points and what's your goal about your life.
Right. It's a whole different set of skill is to coach the person.
Yeah. That means, as we are coaches, we don't coach only the training. And in my way, it's also coach maybe make the people better.
Right.
In other ways, you know what I mean? Maybe change them in other ways, like coming the girl, she's so shy. Coming the guy, he's so shy. He never talk with others. And maybe because of me, and I'm just naturally and spontaneously give him the point which one he can talk about, he became more open, you know? And then we can figure it out.
Right. There is this one other element of being the helper, and you're working with the dog, and you're trying to create the right mood between you and the dog.
Yeah.
And your adrenaline is up.
Yeah.
And then you talk to the handler, and the handler thinks that you're angry at them. And you're not angry at them, you're in the moment of this.
Yeah, exactly.
This always is a delicate situation. No matter how we try to explain, it's like sometimes I know sometimes they will be like, oh, he's just too intense, and he can yell at you or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not yelling at you. I am in a moment of, we're really
It's a situation.
fighting with the dog, you know? Like I'm acting.
Exactly.
And I don't want to stop acting now just to talk polite to you. Like you have to see it, you know?
But the question is, how you can see that if you don't know that person?
Right.
Okay? How you can see that? So
Yes.
maybe before we
The
start to train,
outside.
let's know each other. Man,
outside.
it's like, I will say very stupid thing, but you date with the girl and you immediately get married. Man, probably not. Well,
Right.
so you need to see first what she like, what you like, and what to fix. And that's the same, in my opinion, in training. To know each other more.
Yeah, the outside.
Background, what is happening right now, what's your goal. You know, I will tell you something. Not today, not anymore today, but I'm not saying never it happen again. In the past, I have really, really bad experience from the training. Like I was always only, it will be like this or it's bad. I was just like black and white, okay?
Yeah.
I'm still, but I give the choice today. And it was like, okay, this guy is coming to my training. I have no idea who he is. And he's describing me what he wants in the training. And in the end of the training, I'm telling him, okay, man, do you want to train with me? Or do you just want your dog have a fun with me? What does it mean? Okay, we can describe it different, but it's the two sides. If you want your dog just have a fun, I will give my best to make him happy and satisfied and give him comfortable training.
Yeah.
But I will not coach you.
I will not say this is bad. I will not disturb you. I will not bully you at all. Basically, I will not coach you.
Right.
But if you want to train with me, I will tell you all the mistakes around. I will be very honest, and then it's up to you. But this I'm saying before the training. I was saying that before, not today, because obviously I learned that I can read it
At the
differently,
moment.
because on beginning it was like bad experience many times, and then in the end, as you said, on your beginning you yell to people and they crying even, you know, and I felt so bad. And then I said, how to get out of this?
Right.
And then I created this kind of questions, this kind of sentence before, like, man, tell me what you really want, and then I can behave to you like you want. And later I figure out it's maybe give selection to the people, and especially front of the public, they don't feel good if you ask them like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot of, you need to read it. And then I was like, okay, maybe I have to not ask them like really this strict question, this really straight question, because not everybody can got it. And I stopped with that, and it goes well, because simply I learn more English words, I learn more communication with the people, how to ask them differently, that they can take it
Open
nicely.
up and be comfortable talking, right?
Yeah, but still is the same thing. You need to know. You need to know. When I meet you, I don't need to ask you if you want to just that or this. I know you are the famous trainer, and of course you want maximum of the training, right? But another thing is like, do you want to know my opinion? And I know today, I know from my experience how to read that. But when you start, you have no idea how to read that. Okay?
Yeah.
I can read on you, and did I ask you? Never. But I can read it. So that's kind of,
Yeah, that's and it's not even just time. I think it's like with the dogs, you have to have some talent to be a teacher.
Yeah.
And do you find people being more impatient, or do you find that most people actually take too much time when they train?
Okay, man, especially beginners are impatient.
Right?
They just want it today, you know. they don't got it, but again we are back. There needs to be saying, you wanna become that guy. Of course, you don't need to train 20 years. You can be under a really good coach in 3-4 years, almost the same, maybe not in experience, but the same level on the field.
Right. True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. When you have the right leaders, okay, around people and everything. But still, we don't talk about weeks, days. We talk about years. That's another thing. So people around, they have no idea how long it takes to teach that excellent sit, excellent healing, beautiful behavior before you start entering the field. Okay? And people have to know that before they buy the dog, and it's like not, hey man, do you want to be the helper or do you want to be the handler? Just take a dog and come. 1 year you will be, okay? It's not. And tell me now, is there any kind of sport which one you became the superstar in 1 year or 2 years? Man, it's even longer.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think this is where the good and the bad of social media and internet, you know?
Yeah,
like there is so much information, but you have to know what you take.
Yeah,
because
but
I think the internet sometimes pushes you in the wrong way.
it pushes you to the... People only see the nice things.
Right.
People only see the nice things. They don't see the sacrifice. Any sacrifice, they have no idea. But it's everywhere, man. You must just win in lottery to be a rich guy. That's
Right.
the only way, like, duck. Others, you need to earn that, work for that. I have seen many kind of posting about this, like about these pictures, you know, like handler have a goal and then handler don't see the road, the journey, right?
Yes,
That's
yes, I
how-
know.
you know what I mean, talking?
Yeah.
But it's just a one picture. What about people who have no idea about dog sport? They don't understand what do you mean. Okay, they just probably think like, okay, this is the stupid guy and this is the smart guy.
And then you have the marketing of the I don't know, influencer, whatever. It's like
yeah.
they some people really believe that there is some magic.
Yo.
It can just
Yo.
touch you and
Yo.
we have it.
Yeah, as Arnie.
Would be so nice.
As Arnold
Right?
Schwarzenegger say,
Right?
there is no pill which one make you that kind of biceps. I've had that in this time, in this age, in this kind of super smart people, why they could not have opinions about how is it with the dog. I mean, we're talking still about sports, but I mean, just have a dog in the right way, just for life.
Right.
Buy some border collie or golden retriever and have a great time with him and know how he is behaving.
How often you do like after a seminar? How long does it take you? Like, can you do 3-day seminar and go straight to training your dog, or do you need some time to recover from seminars? How do you deal with that?
Well, I would say I have a crazy life about this, and it's just kind of lifestyle. It's just my lifestyle, and I believe that's why I'm here. And Reppy lives this crazy life with me, so
Right.
he is everywhere with me. And well, when I'm like here 1 month, we have trainings Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I have like basically 4 days free. That 4 days I use for myself. First day after workshop, I need to get recover. So it's kind of, let's say shortly, I get jogging, I get stretching, I go gym, I go swim, I get relaxed. Mainly you need to be
Clear the brain.
clearing the brain.
Recharge.
You need to rest. So it means out of the people. Don't talk to me. Let me be. I want to be alone. And for that time, I'm using also, as a general today, training with my dog, it's like healing. I go with him, walk, obedience, tracking, especially tracking. That's my passion. I can be there. I don't mind to wait 1 hour
wait
to
for the
age the
track,
track. I use that time for myself, and
Yes.
it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I love it, and I believe he loves it too, because we are together.
Yes.
Okay, he don't need to wait me like in this workshop. I work like approximately usually 6 hours, and he is just alone. Do you think he like it? You have no idea. He just in kennel 1 by 1 meter, okay, and he just wait you
Yeah.
like
yeah.
front of the house. Doesn't matter. Do you think he like it? I'm so sorry. Of course he probably doesn't like it. If he is super tired, he can sleep, but he will probably have the boring time, and he must do that. I'm sorry, he
Right.
must do that.
Right.
And it's not his decision. Do anyone in the world think about that? That he is waiting you?
I know.
Man, I can tell you, every simple day I work, I have him here. I know he's waiting me. I know he's staying there. And let's say first thing after workshop, I don't even change the clothes. I hate it because you're so sore, you're so tired, your head doesn't work, hand doesn't work, legs are tired. You go back to him, you pat him, you meet him, like you go walk, and you don't want to meet anyone.
Right.
This is my picture. And I give everything to the field. And when it's end, I'm just like, it's closed,
Empty.
guys. It's
Yes,
empty.
yes.
And I will be able to work after 2-3 hours again, at least with my hat, but not right now. Now is my time and my dog is there, you know. And let's say a little bit funny, man, when I do workshop, after that work, I have not even tasty and feeling to walk him.
Right.
I am so tired.
Okay.
And I just go out because I have a feeling for him, but basically I do not enjoy that, really. Like that thing, you must do that. Okay?
That's yeah.
And then it comes after workshop the first day. I was saying this like 100 times here in Florida, like I love Monday, you know. People love Saturday and Sunday. I do not. But I mean, I like my job.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
the
yeah.
work. But as a general, I love Monday. You know why? Because it's end
you.
of the work. It's me.
It's you.
It's only my day,
Yes.
me and Repi, and we together. We go trekking, we go jogging, I go gym, stretching, movie, whatever.
I have
family.
a good question for you.
That's it.
How do you ever catch yourself like, you're like, okay, I want to train, and then you catch yourself that you're not in the right mood,
Yeah.
and you decide not to train.
Yeah.
You catch yourself.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Sometimes it's hard for me.
Definitely.
Sometimes I am like, man, okay, it's like really my only option,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. I understand.
it's the best to be able to check yourself and
Got
say
you.
it's not productive.
Got you. And this is, I think, very, very, very much often happening.
Right.
But I swear to God, when I feel not good, I do not train.
That's cool.
Because it's not his fault, and I will never ever do. You know, of course, how I dare to say it now? Because I have experience from that. It happened a few times, and I say, all right, since today, man, it was the last time, it's over. I don't feel optimal, I better not do that. And that's the same thing, sorry to continue, but I will maybe jump another theme. It's another thing, like you go train protection, and as a coach,
Mm-hmm.
are you today in that right mood?
Right.
Huh? Are you?
Yeah, that's also
It's
tricky.
professional.
Yes.
Professional. Nobody give a fuck if you not.
Yes.
But you need to treat like that. That's. I mean, about your dog, you decide. But
Right.
here I am today. I mean, can happen anything. You know what?
You have to perform.
Yes, I have to done the thing. Cheers.
But the thing with the dog, what is really like I'm much like I'm not well, that's gonna come out wrong. I'm not lazy trainer. I train. I mean,
Oh
you've
man,
seen
you
me
are
train.
you are definitely not lazy.
I'm not lazy, but I don't know how to like I don't believe so much in repetition. I believe in when I really have that feeling that I'm gonna have a good session, that one session can equal 10 other sessions that are just repetition,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's so...
Man, it makes sense. It
Right?
makes sense. We call it hobby. Job. My hobby becomes my job.
Mm.
Do you still like your job? Every simply second day I hear this question. Of course I
Right.
love it. Man, I born to do what I want.
Yes.
I didn't born to do something what I don't want. So if I work, I want that.
Yes.
Okay? And this is kind of preparation before. So let's say like this. We see trainers. I train protection. I have done also training obedience. I have done also training tracking. Man,
Yes.
I will tell you right now, I will change that position with that guys who train only obedience and tracking. Like today, yesterday, I will do that. I don't feel bad to say that, really, sorry. But man,
You know what's the difference? In tracking, you watch the dog, you talk, you have no leash in the hand. Oh, you can have, but you don't care in the same moment that dog has injury.
Yeah.
There is no adrenaline. In obedience, you have so much time that the dog that dog doesn't want to kill you. He can rest and you can talk to that person. There is so much space. There is so much room to talk.
Yes.
In protection,
It's a
if
goal.
I would take it like this, man, people will be not happy. So you need to be super quick, super smart. You need to have it right now. And you must watch handler, dog. You must watch injury, yourself, himself. You need
Yes.
to care whole thing about in the same moment. So it's sorry to say to everybody, trainers in obedience, but man, you cannot compare that.
Right.
And if somebody is saying like, your job is much more about physically and my job about like talking, that's not true, man. That's not true. We are again back what I say.
Yes.
Do you want to train with me or I just do physically? Okay, if I'm just a helper, which one is by physically and tell you hello and
Yes.
goodbye,
Yes.
Okay.
That's a different story.
but that's not the
Different story.
coach. So, in my opinion, to be coach in protection is the most difficult part of the game. Honestly.
Different set of emotions, different set of, and everything goes fast.
And it goes right now. And you know, you are like, oh, you are tired. You are sore. And you see the dog has not out and he's just destroying your sleeve, which one costs like $300.
Yes.
That guy is not care. And people around watch that and you are so stressed.
Or your elbow gets fucked up for no reason.
You have pain and you need to talk. Man, this is... I'm not saying it's easy. Everybody knows it's not easy. But you can handle that. Let's talk about preparation. Preparation is my nickname, man. I
like
give
it.
everything there. I give everything there. Okay? When is a training? Doesn't matter, it's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. I get prepared for that. I want to know what kind of dogs are there. I don't want to come and say like, okay, here we are and just now get used. It's all about preparation. So I'm asking. Sometimes I feel bad to ask, but I'm asking many questions like, what kind of dogs are there? Which kind of level they are? What kind of people you have? What is the goal? How looks the terrain? How is the ground? How looks the weather? And basically we are almost in the end for preparation and then I get used for that.
Right.
Then I get used for that and I'm coming and I can give my all. If I'm coming without that, cannot be the same. Cannot be the same. Okay? Football player is preparing himself every simple day. He's professional. Okay?
Yeah.
I am the coach and I'm professional. How you can doubt about, do you think he will take that equipment? Man, this is the littlest thing. That's the smallest thing. But what about question like, hey, does he know what kind of dogs we have here? And it's not answer, the right answer, we have Malinois.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That's not the answer. That's not what I'm talking about. It's a Malinois IGP3. He want to go FMBB. That's a dog which one is 2 years and he has just focused for that exercise. That's a dog which one is very heavy. You need to, and that's the mental preparation I'm saying now.
That's
you got
what
it?
makes your job
Yeah.
enjoyable and interesting because you're in it and you have all the pieces and now you use them.
Yeah. As you said, are you tired and this after 3 days workshop, 2 days workshop, another day's free. Basically, it's not free. I get ready. I go Monday. That is a gym, 2 hours. Then I go run. Second day, I go swim. I go run. Then it's third day. I take it free. I get like mental preparation. It's not just free. It's like mental preparation still. You're still in the ether. You're still in the game.
Yeah.
And then it's coming Thursday. You get ready. You packing yourself. You just make all ready. And you prepare. And then you go. And I was many times going in the car with somebody, and people talk and talk and talk and ask. 99% I say like, let me focus a little bit, please. Give me time.
I know exactly what
Give
you're
me
saying.
space.
Yes.
Because if I will talk with you now like 3 hours, I will be very empty there.
Right. Right.
And I'm not meaning that badly, but let me this energy discharge to that job.
Yes.
Okay? And people maybe get better if they knew that. It's not easy, man. You know how it's traveling difficult. How tired you are from the ladder, checking, man, it's so crazy. I'm always saying.
And sometimes you don't even know where you're gonna sleep and what is
You
gonna
have no
be.
idea.
You
You have
know?
no idea. And you are just alone, one black between the whites.
Yeah.
And I was saying million times already, if something killing me, man, one day will kill me the traveling. When I get there on the field, I'm there. I'm 100, I'm the best, I'm master, I'm there. But before, the traveling, the way around, what nobody see,
Yes.
it's killing me. It's just killing me. And I believe you have the same.
Yeah, that's a universal thing when you're in this field.
Who knows that? People of girls, how was your trip? And now, do I have to really describe that?
Right.
That's the best question, man, always. Like, I mean, not badly, it's okay. What should you say? What do you
here.
say? Yeah, I'm here, I'm okay.
We're making it.
But sometimes you have a really short, but most of the time it's not that short. And I'm saying that. That guy, that sadly, he's like, I love your life. And I'm saying, what do you love? I love the traveling.
Right.
Man, you still have no idea, man. I love it too.
There is times where you don't even know where you are. You're in and you're out.
Delay that. The waiting.
Yeah.
Delay that. So much responsibility. I'm not talking about you travel with the dog. This was my first experience here to come to Florida. And I'm so grateful that you gave me that opportunity to come with Reppy. But, man, when I gave him to that kennel and the doors closed, I was on the way cry, man.
Yes, you don't
I
know.
said, like, I don't know what's happening.
Not often, but things can go wrong.
15 hours, you don't see him.
Right.
Honestly, I was going and take a beer and, I took like 1, 2, 3, 4, a couple of more and like it just this hope everything's gonna be fine. In the other hand, you have so much experience and you telling me in the messenger, man, it's okay.
It's gonna be all right.
It's gonna be all right. And this helped so much. This helped, and I really appreciate it because you alone, man, alone you cannot do anything. You can't create anything. You need the people around. People which one you can trust.
Yeah, it's...
So, traveling alone, bad. Traveling with a dog, super bad.
Super bad. Yeah, no question. What about talking about still performing and people, do you find being the helper you are, and everybody knows that you're so good with the long bites, and I'm sure there is times where people just come to do that, not even realizing how much more you can deliver, but that's all they want. Do you have that or no? Like, I would think you have people like this that come, but
I don't really got that point. Can you describe it again?
like when you have, like, you're everybody knows, like, you have a very good talent on long bites.
Okay.
So there's gotta be people that come to seminar and they're like, okay, this is the only thing. The only reason I'm here is to do the long bites. But you as a helper, you see that you can be helping in so many other places.
I got it.
But they are so fixated on this one thing that they miss. They actually waste the seminar because of that.
Yeah, of course. Now I got it. I'm sorry. I didn't get it immediately. I know now. Very often.
Yeah?
So, very often. I could say like 70-30.
Yeah.
70% go for this, you know.
And then eventually maybe they change as they work more with you.
Yeah. I mean, the better
Because
question...
you have so many other things.
Yeah. This is definitely happening, but I would say differently, like, describe that question. In my opinion, in whole world, in IGP, is missing good catchers, good guys, which one can technically and safety catch the dog.
Yes.
And that's why, of course, they coming to me, because they know I can save that dog, and I am for him there.
Right.
Doesn't matter how exercise is. There is different kind of long attacks. Okay.
Yes.
And because I can be flexible and adaptive, it means I will even ask you. You wanna, like, I will stand and I just catch him, give comfort, give him teaching, foundation about it, or you want a pressure, you want a competition, you want FMBB long attack,
Right.
Right. So I accept that very much, but people need to see that there is no out, for example, after
True.
that catching.
True.
And this is another thing, and I would say get out of this is what do you want. And I am coach, but I'm also only figurant. I told you. And if I have to coach you, I will tell you, your dog has no problem in long attack, let's do escape, because in escape he's very bad. Or barking, guarding, transport,
And when you
no control.
prepare the dog in the guarding and escape bite, you actually are creating the nice long bite.
Yes, but they don't know.
Exactly the
They
point.
don't know. That's
Because
it.
that's a whole process of preparation.
All about that, man. All about that. And this is like, thank you so much. This is super thing, super point you say. Because basically I want to be here, and I'm here, and I'm coming to you to make that point today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You guys come here. Then we go there.
This is where we need to
Yeah.
start.
And the better this point is, the better this
Right.
one. Okay? But that's all dog sport. Step by step. You cannot teach today on the track every step's food, and tomorrow no food.
Yeah. Or healing.
Yeah.
You cannot just go and start healing. You gotta
Yeah.
make the dog ready to want to heal in that way.
Of course. As I it's still the same. As I said, I respect that. If that person comes to me like this, I smartly manage that. So, for example, coming the woman yesterday here, I want focus for long attacks. Well, do I come on the field and say, okay, standing for 55 meters?
Right.
Of course not. And I'm letting him warm up. And she has no idea what's happening.
What's going on and why.
And she don't mind.
She's just waiting for what she wanted to do.
Yeah, and I pressure that at least there was some communication. So another tip, before you go to train with somebody you don't know, ask your coach what you have to describe your dog and your training. Be able to work without your coach. That's another thing.
Yeah.
So I am in that level that I can read it, that you're not ready for this, okay? But there are guys who have no idea, and they will really do that. They will really come and, okay, standing, bam. He fall.
Right.
He fall. What should I do?
Where are we going? Yeah.
Understand? So I mean, in today I'm able to really read that kind of, situation that there is not that is happening, I can manage it. But that's a lot of experience, and it's not like how it goes normally. So your question is perfect about like people. Yes, people focus on that, but I always manage that. Like it will
That's
be
cool.
good for the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we wrap it up, I know a lot of, and I wouldn't even say young helpers, I would say beginner helpers, regardless of the age, but I know many will listen to this podcast because of your talent. What do you tell them? How do you learn? Where to go? How is there even a recipe of how to get better at being a good helper?
Well, I think first most important is it doesn't matter how old are you, but to be, I don't know really if I'm right in English, but to be a good student, that means listening. You
Follow
need to have
direction.
Yes.
Instruction.
You need to be able perceive what I'm telling you or somebody telling you. I mean, I don't really know how to say that, but you need to be able perceive what they telling you. Okay? To be not ego.
Mm-hmm.
No ego. Ego is throw it away, man. Throw it away. It doesn't matter what you have done before. Just and you know, doesn't matter you are even better man than I am if I teach you. Now you coming to me and you wanna learn, you must be open for that. That's for me number one.
Mm.
If somebody wants to learn, they must be able to be open for everything. Second thing, when you perceive all and you listening, you must be determined, motivated, and just like black and white.
Right.
If I do in my life something, I can concrete anything. I can be anywhere. Maybe I cannot be NBA best basketball player because I'm so small. But I still will do my best there.
Yeah.
So do it. Second thing is like do it only 100%. Do it properly. Do it properly or let it be. That's the second thing. Another point I would say, find the not even the best teacher, but find the people around which one have the same passion, which one are on the same level, and which one like to do that. Okay? People today, I mean helpers, go and ask the best ones because they think that's the best way. No, not all the time. You can become first. You need to concrete first these dirty things. For that is enough just a region local club.
Yeah.
Okay? So go somewhere where you feel good, where somebody can help you, where you feel they can help you. And then go up. Don't want to be from 1 to 2nd, E and B right now.
Right.
Another thing, have a passion. Okay? You don't see progress today, doesn't matter. Okay? Conor
part
McGregor
of the
doesn't
journey.
make it between one day.
Part of the journey.
That's it. Have a passion. And for me, I'm saying like my personality, all my life is challenge. And I love challenge. If something is too easy is not my
Yes.
way. Okay? So see it like a challenge for you and go for that. You can concrete anything. Just here, you need to be sure that will happen. If you have some goal, give that date to that. Make a date for this. Okay? If you have a date, it's already event and it will happen.
Right. Right. And you have to work dogs. You cannot
Yeah, I talk only
you
about
cannot
psychic. But
train
of
3 dogs
course, Yeah.
in
Yeah.
2 weeks and expect
Practice.
that you're gonna be good, right?
Practice. This is
And
the part
different
of
dogs too.
Yeah.
You cannot
Yeah.
just because you work the same 2 dogs all the time.
Yeah, man. That was like, I really appreciate, and I have to say that. I feel the need to say that. Man, I was 13, 14. Okay, they let the dog just go and bark to me and something, feeling. But, you know, puppies. In my opinion, a helper has to come and feel the puppy. I give you my hand, pull. Do you have that feeling like a puppy?
Right.
Or you are that strong? Helpers think, I must be strong and, like 300, Sparta. No,
Right.
man,
Right.
this is not Sparta. Somebody have to prepare them for that.
Yes.
So feeling, teaching, go somewhere, make a helper walk, border collies, Labradors, whatever. Dogs, try your education, try yourself, how talented you are.
Yeah.
Read them, then go and learn. Today, biggest mistake in my opinion is like, okay, you are sportive, here is scratch pants, here is the sleeve stick,
Let's go.
this is escape, this is barking, this is long attack, and you are a helper
Right.
in 2 years. And then this guy is coming on the field and like, I don't know what to do with him. He's bark badly. Do we have to change that dog, or what do you mean? It's opposite.
Yeah.
It's opposite. And that is the bad way how to follow and call the helpers and new guys. It should be opposite. Come, you wanna be there in that point B. You need to have a journey, man, because this is not easy. So that was exactly my way. I have seen sleeve, whip, pants like a helper after 2 years. Until that was nothing. Man,
So cool.
I have no idea how was AGP or IPO in that time. IPO,
Yeah.
it was like a test, IPO 1 and IPO 3, and some nationals examen, like a program which we have in Czech Republic. And I was learning that 1 week
As
before.
yeah. Crazy.
I have no idea how to do. But today everybody knows IGP3 and that's it, man.
Right.
Okay, so I would say
I think also helpers, when it's not about focusing only on the sleeve. You can learn how to interact in protection
yeah,
by simply playing
Yeah.
with a dog with a tuck toy.
yeah.
Like if you can have a good feeling just to play with the dog
Right,
and let him win
Right.
and let him be the king
Right.
with a toy.
right.
But if you cannot, how
Yeah.
could you make it with the sleeve, right?
And that give me the best point, man. That's the last point of, as you asked me the question, how to give the tips for the
Yes.
helpers, man. You know what I think? To good helper, to good handler. You need to become first a good handler, and then you can be good helper.
Yeah.
That's only my opinion. I'm not saying it's the best.
Yes,
but
of course there is different
if
roads.
you want to be coach, if you want to be helper, you need to first understand dogs. I will not say ugly things like somebody is holding the leash, never ever, and he is coaching you. Hey, people like helpers which one never ever hold the dog, handle dog, how they can coach you. Okay, this is like big time about. Get my point.
Yes.
Feel the dog, understand your own experience, and then give it and postpone it to the people, right? Then go like a coach. But how you can coach anyone if you never experience that? All is going from that. So
Yep.
this is my last point for helpers.
I
Guys,
have one more.
you want to be helper, you need to be also handler.
Yes. There is one more, I think. Like when a helper, when you start and you really want to be very good and improve, and you think that you have to work only these top level dogs.
Yeah.
I think we learn most from the difficult dogs that kind of they are unsure, they don't know how, and learning how to convince these dogs make you respect and pay attention, and just working only the best quality dogs.
Yeah.
It's a disadvantage when you want to learn, no?
Yeah, it is. Very long time ago, one of the really famous helper in Czech Republic told me, do you think it's different between like cases? Girl with really excellent dog coming to the coach, which one is number 1 in the world, and she became world champion in 2 years. You think it's relative against to somebody who is coming with the same dog to the bad coaches? Is it relative? And I asked him like, what do you mean relative? I said, is it productive?
Mm.
And then I said, that second case is productive. That first case is just you like a toy.
It's there. Yes.
It's a toy. And the same with the helpers and good dogs. Everybody wants to see themselves on stadium. Man, I've been there. It's so cool. But
Right.
for me, much better is to watch that dog I made him.
Right.
Then my heart is like melting and I am just like full emotional.
It's the artist part.
And it doesn't matter in the end who is catching that. Let's see like today. Okay, who was the winner 10 years ago? Can you tell me? 10 years ago, FMBB, it's 2012. Who won FMBB in 2012? I know it, but just get it. Have a time. Do you know?
That would be the worst. I would lose all these questions.
But I remember, in this case, because I choose the question,
Yes.
it was a little bit cheeky. I'm a cheater. But in the same time, I remember the dog which one I prepare, man.
Uh-huh.
And I put a
Yes.
concentration there, man.
Yes.
Yes. There we go.
That's it.
And
That's
I would
it.
be basically saying, maybe like people would say, who won? Nobody give a shit after 5 years. But
Right.
everybody will remember their Owens dogs. That was the year I do remember. That was the guy I
Yeah.
trained him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this could be the motivation. This has to be the motivation. Not to see yourself. This is just the peak of the dirt. As competitor, as a helper. Man, it should be not your goal. Your goal have to be to become as much possible be best in the training and prepare the people. That's number 1.
It's perfect. Jany, we can talk forever.
Yeah.
We've been talking forever for a month.
Yeah.
But I really wanna thank you for, like, it's been amazing just watching you do your thing. And it's one of these times where I can just be like, yep, work my dog. I don't need to say anything. You and the dog just do the thing that needs to happen because you see it. This is where it's the best, like, very, like, all of us are very grateful for what you did. And every dog, every minute on the field, you never, regardless of if you were tired or hurt or whatever, you never for a moment, you can tell, like, every time, full 100%. Like, every time. This is a lot of respect for this, man. A lot of respect.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Like-
much. Let me say also another feedback. 1 year ago, we planned Florida. Winter Florida.
True.
Am I right?
Yes.
Guys, 1 year
That's
ago.
crazy.
It's so crazy. Actually, right now in my country is like minus 10 degrees. I don't know if you guys understand degrees, but it's like, how is it in?
It's gotta be 26 or something there.
It's frozen, man.
It is cold.
It's super cold. There is like half of meter snow, and you don't want to be there. And I cannot believe this really happened, because 1 year ago it was my dream coming once in my life somewhere when it doesn't really matter where, but when is my winter time,
To change the
change the session,
Yes.
season,
yeah.
and it's really happening. And I will only say thank you for invitation for hospitality, for carrying all the things around. I enjoy. It was my best time ever in my life.
Very cool.
And I really appreciate, especially that you guys treat me like a friend. Like I'm just coming from
That's
nowhere.
what it's
and
about,
we are
right?
friends. I love it. I'm so grateful for that.
Thank you.
This is the main point. I'm so grateful. Thank you. And I would say, if you wanna experience the things, just don't be shy and go for that.
Yes.
Everything
Yes.
is possible.
That's exactly. I
Cheers.
think that's where we need to end it, man. Beautiful. Beautiful.